Everybody. So what is going on, everybody? It's Thursday.
Girl,
It's Thursday. You know, we were supposed to be here yesterday. Supposed to be here yesterday. But
baby, let me tell you something.
oh shit.
How yesterday went left,
Right.
I still came up on this bitch.
I don't think it would have
It would have not been worth the watching
at all.
at
At all.
all.
Okay. Period. Okay. Not like not.
I had to be sure that life was gonna be right.
Exactly.
Because if life was not right,
The show wasn't gonna be right.
we was gonna have to figure something out.
Right. Okay. Like straight up.
But
But
God,
but
amen.
God saved my friend, bitch. He saved my friend,
Because
and I prayed
I
for my
have a
friend.
horrible. Let me just be 100 with the shit. The Rona has fucked us over.
Like,
That's not, but because I work in the cinema industry, so our
mm-hmm,
clients are the movie theaters. Movie theaters ain't open like that.
at all.
So because the movie theaters ain't open, movie theaters ain't making no money.
Mm-mm.
If the movie theaters ain't making no money, guess who they can't pay?
Y'all. I said,
So
oh shit, it's y'all.
we had some series of meetings where the HR and the president was going to be like, "Girls, we gonna have to do what they call it a restructuring," and everybody was literally waiting in the wings, like, "Is it going to be me?" Like nobody knew. Like the over the entire because like, it's being made from like the headquarters in New Zealand and some shit.
Uh-huh.
So they have no like everybody in the office was on the chopping block.
Oh wow.
I don't know how they made the decision, but God said, "Let them be here," because I've been laid off about 2, 3 times. I was just,
Oh gee.
Lord, please give me favor this time, please, Lord Jesus. And he kind of favor upon me because my meeting was yesterday. It literally would have happened 30 minutes prior to the stream going on.
Oh wow.
And
Well,
if
thank
they gave
God.
me the wrong news,
Well, thank God we waited, okay? Thank God. But before we go into anything else, we have a guest here, my fellow Justice League panel member. It is the cat.
Hi.
Meow.
oh well,
Hi,
great. That was a
everyone.
great little filler to get his entrance in. That
Right.
worked out perfectly.
Yes,
How y'all
God. Yes,
doing?
I am doing
yes.
great. Y'all may have to excuse me because
Yes, the lights are working.
they've been working the
But
hell out of my ass. I'm still technically working right now, but we're gonna do it. So
Working
I'm gonna
over
have
here
to
too. I
I'm
was
gonna
at
have
work.
to intermittently slide me a sun chip or two because I have to work the lunch. But we are here.
well, we are here. We are here. We are here. We are definitely here. We have a pretty decent show for you guys tonight. We're gonna talk about a couple of things that's going on in the media first before we go to our main topic, which will be religion and things of that nature and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I had me a drink for that one because I'm not
Man.
I bought a whole bottle of Crown just for this conversation
exactly because bitch, listen.
because this is gonna be very interesting. I've been waiting to talk about this for a while.
Yeah, listen, y'all already know this wasn't my fucking idea. That was Jamar's idea. I would have never came up with nothing like that. But you know, listen, listen. But first of all, since we talked about Jamar's fucked up day yesterday, how has your day been going? Cast me out before we even get into anything
My day
else.
is pretty. It was pretty mundane. I just recently started working from home, So this entire first week is just training. So it's a lot of long videos and long procedures. And a lot of times I'm sitting up watching TV on my phone because, I'm waiting for other people to catch up because it's like a class of like maybe 25 of us. So yeah.
I was always wondering how that work from home shit goes. Like I used to
Yeah,
think I wanted to work from home.
It has its perks, but it also has its downsides. Like, yeah, you're at home, but you're stationary to that one particular area, so it feels like you're at work because you can't really leave because you'll miss something or something like that. So, yeah, I did
it's
sneak in a shower one time though. Somebody was having trouble with some tech, and I was like, "Let me just go take a shower," because they gonna be with this for a whole another hour.
I've had two different experiences. Work. This is the second time I've worked from home. The first time I was doing it willingly, and the workplace was like literally on the same street, and it was so much better. I loved it. Something about this time is like I hate it.
Mm.
I hate it because, well, at least in this kind of work, or maybe it's just where I am now. Like I get so much better from interacting face to face, going over to your desk, asking for help. You being able to just slide over and look at my screen, as opposed to when you try to work together on something, you got to schedule a Zoom call. People's internet be going in and out.
Yes.
It's so impersonal. It's like training through this I'm like, I hate it. Get me in front of somebody's whiteboard,
Yeah.
face to face, and then
All right, Earl J. All righty there. I appreciate that. All righty
oh, thank you.
there. Well, my day is what it always is. It's been trash. Because
Oh
I work in
no.
retail. No, I hate retail. I hate it. I hate retail.
Same.
I hate it. I hate it. I
But you know
hate it.
what?
I
I hated it
hate
more
it.
when it was during the holidays. That was when I really hated it.
Oh, Jesus.
Mm.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, the holidays are the worst.
Yeah.
Like the holidays that I used to love so much, I hate it now. Like I hate the 4th of July. I hate Thanksgiving. I hate Christmas. I hate it all at this point. Like I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Hey, yes, bitch. Hey, Ebby, everybody in the chat. But
I,
yeah, I hate it.
I skipped out on Cyber Monday when I was working at Walmart. I was off that day. And when I heard what happened the night before, like normally our department was supposed to close at 8, they were still running back and forth at 11.
They do the full, especially at Walmart. Especially at Walmart.
Could not
Ooh.
have been me.
And then they wouldn't even let us take our vacation during Christmas week.
That's how they did us. We weren't allowed to take
Yeah.
vacation, and you do good throughout the year. You're like, okay, that's gonna give me some shine, and put me up for a promotion. But no, that puts in the back of the powers that be. That puts in the back of their head, okay, when the times get tough, I'm gonna use that motherfucker right there because I know he gonna work. So it really kind of
Yeah.
plays against you when it's real busy.
And they ain't going to pay you no extra
Right.
either.
They're not gonna pay you no extra at all.
It's sad. Just sad. Ooh, let's just stop talking about that.
Because
Ugh.
that, you
Okay.
know what? That might have to be a whole different segment when we just talk about past jobs, child. Because
Oh yes, yes. We can
that
do
is.
that
Let
all
me
day.
down.
Listen,
I did a whole rant on retail.
Let me do.
I,
Can we please?
I hate it.
We putting a pin in that bitch right there. Cast me out. You coming back?
It's a struggle. It is a struggle.
Because we
Yes,
can
it
all speak from the
is.
retail experience.
Yes.
As I have worked at Walmart, Target, and Sephora.
Ooh.
Dollar General and Kroger.
All high demand stores. And I
So,
currently work for Nordstrom,
Right.
so it's a lot.
Oh,
just
but let's
customer service
just
in general. So yes, we'll definitely have to put a pin in that.
yes, we will. Where we going so which one we gonna start off with, Jamar? Which media topic we're gonna start off with first? Because we
I
had like I think we had like three of them.
I know you had mentioned this Nick Cannon, and I'm hoping somebody else can help me understand what the hell was going
Do you
on.
know
Because
exactly what happened with that Catch Me Out?
No, what?
Do you know exactly what happened with Nick Cannon?
No, when I found out what was going on, it was just he's fired, his show is canceled. Jewish people. I can't.
Right.
I don't know the middle area.
I was like, I'm missing some.
Basically what I gather from it is that he says something about white people or something like that, and I don't know if it was like a racial tone or not, but it had something to do with the history, and I'm guessing it was offensive, quote unquote. And
And
Viacom fired him and shit like that and canceled Wildin' Out. Now, after that, he was demanding the rights to Wildin' Out. Then 50 Cent decides that he's gonna do a show just like Wildin' Out,
Of course.
and it's gonna be called Out Wildin', and it's gonna be on
no, he
Stars.
didn't.
And Michael, yes, he
He's a
did, and
troll.
Michael
No, he
Blackson is
didn't.
gonna
That
host.
show more than likely will never happen. He is a troll. That's what he likes to do. But I do so well. I don't know how much I support this, but given the fact that there's not many black networks out, Diddy did reach out to him and was like, "Bring your shit over here." You know, like we'll stream it over here. But then again, that's why
Yeah,
I was hesitant because every time people go into business with Diddy, it just does not end up well.
yeah. I mean, look at the groups that we we ain't getting no music from again. Like everybody that worked with Diddy said they was broke.
Not even
Like
the groups, but not even as much as being broke. Like everybody who's worked with Diddy has had a falling out period, and now they're cool again. You know, like he done pissed
uh,
everybody away.
Andy, Dawn, Danity Kane, period.
Mace,
Mace, Total.
I mean,
Day
the list goes. Day
26,
26. The list goes on and on. The band.
whatever. Who was the
What?
Woods?
Oh yeah, D Wood. She's
Yeah,
telling her sister and mm,
Day 26. But they couldn't
Donnie,
stay
like,
together
whatever
though.
what his name was, Donnie, whatever his name was, the white boy.
Yeah, his name was Donnie Klang or some shit like that.
Donnie
He had like
Kane.
one solo album out,
He was
and I
another
never heard not one song.
nothing.
But I don't know why he felt like he could. Hey, Terrence. I don't know why he felt like he could go solo anyway. I don't know why.
That
I don't
was
know why
Diddy's
Diddy
thing,
felt like
though.
he.
That was
That's
Diddy.
what I'm saying. I don't know why Diddy felt like he could go. Shit, they sitting up here naming more acts. Shine, Loon.
Loan. I mean, he didn't screw over everybody.
Yes, he did. He did.
Did they?
The
Are they
only
still doing?
person.
They can't do it now, but they're still doing the four. I know he was the last thing I saw him on was the four.
Oh, the four was cute. The four was cute.
It was nice. Whoever the girl that won the
He wasn't
first
even
season.
trying to bring making the band back and wouldn't even bring back Day 26 or Danny Kane to even mentor. Like, I'm like, come on. Like, that's the least you can do.
He
Oh, so
discriminated
he's not bringing none of
like
them back.
using it.
No. He
Oh
made work.
wow.
He worked with Dawn. Dawn came down here to Houston with him to do the auditions. But that was only because she lives in New Orleans now. Like, it was a drive for her, you know, but that was the only participation that I seen anybody from the past seasons have.
That's ridiculous. Like you ain't gonna let them be a part of it, but oh okay, whatever.
Something new
Well,
people I actually would love to see like an
that's
all star.
the
I
that's
want
the
to see
main
like an
thing.
all star version. Bring Danny Kane and Day 26 back and let them try to like do a season of them reviving their careers.
Because we ain't got
I
no
think
girl
it'll
groups or boy groups.
no boy bands
At
really.
all.
Those were the last ones. Just about. I think
Even
we had
Alana's
Electric
behavior broke.
Red.
Like, Lord Jesus.
Well, I think the only girl group that's still the closest to being a thing is Little Mix.
Yep. Because Fifth Harmony
What's
broke
that?
up. Exactly. Fifth Harmony broke up. There are no really girl groups out at
The
all.
Pussycat Dolls are trying to be. Well, Nicole Scherzinger and her backup. Oh,
I was just about to say 'cause that was all Nicole. That new song, I like it. The React song, I like it, but it's all Nicole.
honestly, I was listening to that song today, and honestly, I don't understand. I don't understand them hoes. You want to get beat up? You want to fight? It turns you.
Yeah, I want you to react. So it's like,
But then they go get mad when somebody would. Never mind.
it's gonna be a song for that on the album. Now that you whip my ass, I hate this part right here because
Oh, that was my shit.
that was my song.
I gotta do that.
That and when I grow up, I just oof. That song gave me so much energy.
Child.
What? Okay, so the Megan Thee Stallion situation, I guess her getting
Did
shot.
she really get shot in the toe?
They trying to say.
So I saw some new
Yes, that's what
footage
they were saying.
today, and I think initially the story was that she had gotten injured on her foot from broken glass, but she put out a statement on Instagram recently saying that I had actually suffered from a gunshot wound from somebody that was trying to attack me. She didn't say who, and then I saw footage of like her and her best friend Kelsey. She was like wobbling out of the car.
Is that what the was walking backwards and it was blood trickling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so
then they were trying to
bleeding. Why are the police like trying to hold her? She is literally bleeding. Like it made no sense.
And a lot of people are pointing the finger, feeling like it was Tory Lanez that actually shot the gun at Megan, which is weird. Yeah. I'm like, but why? And the only reason that they feel concrete is because Megan's producer, I forget the gentleman's name, but he had tweeted and deleted at Tory Lanez, count your fucking days.
But some people are saying it's because he shot her. Some people are saying it's because he didn't stand up for her. Like it was a moment where he could have stood up for her and protected her and didn't. And, tucked tail and ran. Either way, he don't need nothing else to ruin what little career he has. So, like, this is horrible. This is horrible. And I really want Megan to be a better steward of the company she keeps. Like, you are not the same Megan anymore.
That's what a lot of people are. Because everybody said that they love Megan, they love how unproblematic she is, but they feel like she's too friendly.
Yeah.
And she lets too many people get like, you're not a regular bitch no more.
That's it.
Yeah, because it's like every other minute you see her. I guess she's like hip hop's Monica. In a sense, you know how everybody says Monica is friends with every goddamn body. That's kind of like how Megan is. Like
she is. There is not a person. It was one point every week. It was another birthday post to somebody. I said, "Damn, Monica, how many people do you know? Damn!" And she had to take a whole strip for the whole. I said, "Oh hell no!" For a solid year, I unfollowed her because I'm like, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this.
But then again, people be saying that about me though. People be saying I'm cool with everybody, but yeah.
I mean, you are very vocal about those you are not cool with though. And Monica is not. Like, even when she's not cool with something, like I lost a lot of respect for Monica, honestly. And this is not just because I love Brandy, but I don't like the passive ass bitch. If you don't like me, don't like me. But don't not like me. And then when you get in public, you're just like, I love her. I listen to her music. You don't listen to Brandy songs, bitch. You do not listen to Brandy music. You do not.
You know Monica be up on there fronting, pretending like
fronting her ass off. It's just like, girl.
She petty too.
Already tapped the girl.
She just has a better a public image about it than Brandy does. They both petty.
As fuck. It makes Brandy look worse because Monica's pettiness is blanketed in Southern charm. Like, oh, I love her. I don't pay her no mind. She sings down. And it's just like.
But behind the scenes, you probably reading the fuck out of it.
Right.
I can't stand that head bitch. I don't fuck with that bitch.
Somebody has the audience. Somebody somewhere, someone cellular device. They have the audio.
Let us not forget in the 90s, you did bitch slap her at an award show, Monica.
So was it a bitch slap or the face? I thought it was a punch to the face.
It may have been both. No, it may have been both.
Let me tell you something. Brandy, you better than me because ain't nobody about to volley my ass and then I'm going to go on stage and sing with that.
Right. Like, I feel like all of this energy is because Brandy is like trying to hypothetically slap her back over and over and over. And it's just like, it's not going to take away from the fact that she beat your ass in the award show. It's not going to take away from the fact that in the 90s, and she's my fave, but it's not going to take away from the fact that she was your bully and you were afraid of her. Point blank in the period. Now, what you need to stand on is your success. While she was beating your ass down to the award show, you was beating her ass down to the goddamn categories and awards. And, and Barbie dolls. And movies.
You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what?
I'm just saying.
You know what?
Even as a fan, you have to admit that Code Red was Code 5.
My friend, I will be cussing you out right now.
Now listen. We, like I said, we can be honest with one another. Like, I can be honest and tell you what Brandy albums are considered trash. Which
Human.
That's the only one.
Inhuman. Human was trash. Human was one complete apology for that damn car accident. And if you let me tell you, this is my opinion, y'all. This is not the opinion of Scotty. This is my opinion. The bitch had it coming. If she not here, she okay. That does not mean Brandy is a murderer. Damn. But Brandy did go inside the studio and decide that she was going to apologize 14 different ways. And that's what Human was. And it was horrible.
I mean, it wasn't. I feel like if somebody else done it,
Sales-wise, I love every Brandy album that's out. Every Brandy album that's out, I enjoy. I love Human. Sales-wise, it was.
That was bad. But I'm about to say the sound of it. There are
on the artwork. She was wearing a flat-ass lace front. She had a punk. She didn't even own the Brandy logo.
Wait. Was her hair not laid in that right here at the party video? Where she was skipping full Caucasian woman.
But what I didn't like about the video is you had just had a car accident when you killed somebody, and one of your green screens is a 405.
Let me get off.
Why? Like, why are you doing these things to yourself? I just don't understand. I don't get it.
See,
Long Distance was everything. So Jeff. Piano Man was everything. First in Love, everything. I love that album. Shattered Heart. Oh Lord Jesus.
True. Camouflage.
Acapella. That album is good.
But
it was
girls did not. They did not want anything to do with it.
Chris Brown. I don't know if it was Fame or Fortune, but whatever album he put out right after Rihanna, it fell by the wayside. People weren't ready for you. Give us time. You are still an asshole in our book. Give us time. You let a great album fail because you tried to put it out prematurely. Same with Brandy. Baby, you needed to take a hiatus. Let us get over all this shit and give us some quality music. Now, if you ask me, even though I love every Brandy album, I love Aphrodisiac and I love Human, 211 should have followed Full Moon. It should have been Brandy self-titled, Never Say Never, Full Moon, and then 211. I feel like Aphrodisiac and Human could have been EPs or mixtapes.
No,
yes, he does. His channel is called The Cast Me Out. Make sure you subscribe to that. They I don't know how y'all don't know who he is.
Thank you.
All the time. So yes, that's The Cast Me Out. He is absolutely hilarious, as you can see right now.
We talking about Brandy, Lord Jesus. This is supposed to be about church.
But it was a hot topic that I actually just saw it today. It's not really like a hot topic, but it's just
something to talk about.
A friend of mine on Facebook had reposted a story of some Caucasian man who I wonder if I should try to pull that. Nah, fuck it. It ain't gotta be all that important.
Somebody put it on my timeline too. I'm trying to
the same one
about Target.
Now what white man did?
He was mad at Target because I think one of the employees had like a shirt. What did he say? I know it had something to do with Black Lives Matter on it.
He had the Target employees. They all had masks on, of course, like those of us with brains. And then the Target shirt had said, "I can't breathe. Black Lives Matter" in red. And they're like, "Oh, this is overkill. Like, a way to make a shopping experience political and all this other stuff, and everybody else like,
So what
this
about
is
the
disgusting.
white lady in Trader Joe's that was taking things out of her basket and throwing them to the ground because they told her she couldn't shop without a mask? That wasn't offensive. That wasn't a disturbance. That wasn't a problem.
And I'm just like, I just want y'all to
literally hurt somebody.
Make a note about who is it that's making all these outrages, who's not cooperating, who is prolonging this pandemic. Okay, I want y'all to just make a note.
Mm-hmm. The same people
y'all see anybody that look like us out there doing it?
The same people who voted for the man who is out there saying, "What? There are as many, if not twice as many, white people getting killed by cops every day. So yeah, white lives get killed."
Y'all
45 literally stood on a platform and said that there are as many white people dying at the hands of police as black people.
Really?
Girl, I don't know if he's been around the United States for the past couple 100 years, but white people are the majority. So yes, if there's more of something, if there's any sorts of murder and crime, yes, they'll probably have the highest number because they're the highest amount of people in the country. But the fact that if you're saying that there's as many whites as black people, and the percentage of black people in the country,
if we talk percentages, you're off. Now, saying numbers in general is semantics. We're talking percentages. As a whole culture, more of us are dying than y'all. And I don't know if you swung that golf cart one too many times too hard, but come back to reality. But then again, this is a man who has been living in a country, well, in a nation with a pandemic, and decided 2 weeks ago he wanted to start wearing a mask. So
for the past like 5 months, we've all been trying to wear masks, and he just now decided, you know what, maybe I should.
And then, like, I just really feel like he knew about this COVID-19 shit a long time ago, and he just didn't do shit about it. He had to know.
Absolutely.
Because
he knew back in
my thing about countries, these other countries are basically back. Some of these other countries are back to normal, but we ain't gonna be back to normal no time soon.
They don't have a leader who's like, open the shit up. I don't care what y'all say. We never closing this nation down again. Like, their selected officials are doing the necessary procedures and taking the necessary steps to make sure that their citizens are safe. The leader that was appointed to us.
The OG's conversation
next
Thursday. That's when that's gonna happen.
A week from today.
Yeah, a week from today is when we have the OGs on, which we'll be announcing who all is going to be on, I think, later on in the broadcast. But that is next Thursday. I didn't know Rox was going to send y'all over here today, but it's next Thursday now.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I guess maybe there was some confusion, but yeah. But yeah, it's... If you notice, like I said, that he knew about this way back in like October of last year, was when it was first starting to get mumbled about, and he was kind of, it's not a really big deal, blah, blah, blah. There was a reason that like Ebola and all that stuff that happened, like when West Nile was a thing, how we didn't have to shut down the way that we shut down now is because the people that were in power had positions in place so that, those things didn't attack the regular people or the public. We don't have that now. We have a fucking child who thinks if you talk about it, say it's gonna go away, it's just gonna go away.
He is ridiculous. All he wants to do is golf and tweet. And yeah, he does act like a child. For him to say, we're gonna stop testing and watch how numbers drop drastically. Of course, because you
have less tests.
You don't have results. So of course the numbers are gonna drop. Like,
because there's less recorded numbers.
Again, this is a person who thinks that bigly with a word. So listen, some places, some eateries require you to have a degree to hold certain positions. Why is it not a requirement that you be a fucking politician before you are a president? That should be the base model requirement, is that you have a history or a resume, a tenure in politics so that you know what you're talking about.
Right, exactly.
That makes absolutely no sense. And that leaves the door for asinine ideas like Kanye West running for president. You've already openly discussed your mental instability, and you want to run a country?
You said that slavery was a choice.
Run your household. Your house looks like a Montessori. Fix that, please.
How you gonna run a country when you can't even run your damn life? You can't run your life. You can't run a fucking country. The fuck? Are you serious?
You couldn't run a fashion company.
Good child.
It has been reduced to shoes. You could not run a fashion company.
Paying $500 for a white T-shirt
with holes in it.
With holes.
With holes in it.
Get packed from Walmart.
The only thing I found remotely interesting was that I love sweats. So that Sunday service sweat, I would have bought it if it wasn't sold out. And that's another thing. These people are like putting maybe 20 outfits, maybe 50 outfits on the market. So that when they say it's sold out, it seems like, oh, everybody in the world got them. Why everybody in the world ain't wearing them? How many people have you seen Sunday service outfits? Other than celebrities that have been gifted that shit? You don't see no pedestrians walking around with Sunday service clothes on.
And shit, even if you do, you gonna look at the price tag and be like, shit.
And you know what? Even though she my girl, I gotta give her a piece too. The same with Beyonce. Baby, you could have made more pieces so your fans could have been rocking some of this shit. It's still a pair of shoes I want. Those maroon, white, and gray ones, I want those. But I can't have them because you gave them to all your friends. What is the point? What is the point? They not buying them, you giving them to
them. You said all your friends.
You know, they're good to gift. Beyonce did gift the box to a lot of people Ivy Park shit. So
she did. Trunks. Full trunks.
Full ass boxes as tall as me.
She gave Lizzo some clothes. Now I'm not trying to shame anybody, but she gave Lizzo some clothes. And not to say that Lizzo, the person, doesn't deserve the clothes, but she didn't even give them to him in Lizzo's size. Lizzo's friend had to model the clothes. And Lizzo was just like dancing on the side of the box.
Oh, that shit.
That was a waste.
Oh my God.
That was shady if she did that.
She did.
So
she did.
I cannot.
So,
I cannot.
Are y'all ready to dive into the main topic of today's discussion?
Woo. The church, religion, homosexuality, and all of that.
Because, as y'all can see, we are all black, we are all homosexual, and we are all either lived or have family roots in the South.
Yes, we do.
So we know the stigmas, how to grow. Like, let's do it like this. I'm gonna ask y'all if you have a story or like an experience. How was it growing up, knowing who you were in the Black church atmosphere? How did you maneuver?
Well, for some, I didn't know who I was because 70% of me felt this and was like, this is who you are. But the other 30% was like, well, this is not who you're supposed to be because everybody who I respect tells me that this is wrong. But they only tell me in church because I got gay uncles, I had a gay brother, you know, gay friends, and outside, we're all cool. But when the pastor started talking about gay people, all the people who I thought was cool with the people who act and look like me were standing up and clapping. Like they agreed with what he was saying. So for the longest, I didn't know where my place was. And I even tried, like I was saying on the Yes God Roundtable, I was trying to date women. And I had a girlfriend. And I dated her twice. I did 2 cycles of dating her, like, because I just wanted to please people around me. And the second time was a test, an experiment for me, just to see how differently people treated me. Nobody treated me horribly bad when I was being myself, but when I was more masculine, sitting at the front with the deacons, wearing a suit every Sunday, walking a little straighter, people were literally coming up to me. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. You looking good. Like, I'm the same person that had the tight pants on 2 Sundays ago. You know, and I think now it's more when pastors do whatever they do in the pulpit and they bring up gay people, it's more out of like an attitude, because they don't want you to be okay with the fact that they're not okay with how you're living. We don't like it, so change. And if your response is, okay, well, fuck y'all. Y'all don't have to. Well, the Bible says, what about all the shit you doing? What about all the shit you doing?
Don't start talking about what the Bible says, because the Bible says a lot of things outside of the Leviticus.
I put a lot of people down, and people like to, I'm trying to twist the story, but you twisted it initially when you brought up the Bible. Now, when they say all of what they say, I don't dispute any of that. It's there. It's there. But how many of those words about homosexuality are in red? Because the word in red. Because the words of Christ are in red. In the regular, not Times New Roman, but King James Version Bible. Yeah, so it's like the words that Jesus spoke are in red. No red passage is going to even mention the word homosexuality. So are you sure? Because as far
as I know, this is hearsay.
And then when you bring that up, it's like, and then another thing, like people want to make it seem like you have to take the Bible so literally, and it's just like, well, if that's the case, why are you not following everything in the Bible?
Hello, say it again.
Like I don't. What takes it home is when I'm just like, what about the fundamentals of Jesus Christ? Because mind you, he was sitting having dinner with people who he knew was going to sell him out. So he kind of had love for people who other people thought he shouldn't have love for. It actually says in the same Bible. I don't know where, because girl, I'm not a scholar when it comes to the word. But it says in the same Bible that Jesus hung with the least of these, which means that everybody who society felt like, that's an outcast, were the people who Jesus was going directly to hang with.
Come as you are.
Right.
So your argument is holding no weight at this point, and then they don't want to talk to me anymore. It's perfectly fine.
Now y'all condemn homosexuality. Y'all ain't got no problem with premarital sex. Y'all ain't got no problem with y'all ain't got no problem going in these white gowns and knowing damn well you was hoeing the night before. Like they're all the 10 Commandments. Y'all don't even abide by none of them.
Maybe we'll condemn the gays down, but we'll let Craig and Laquita, who been fucking for 2 months and now they got a baby, come up and christen their baby. You gonna stop the whole service to let Craig and Laquita christen their baby? Oh, this is the gift from God. I'm gonna pray over the baby. We're gonna get this baby baptized. As the baby comes up, you're gonna be totally fine with Laquita and Craig and the baby not coming to church at all. But when it's time for Easter,
they're gonna come get that baptism.
When it's time for Easter, this little bitch she want a speech. She want a part in the play. She want to do the Easter egg hunt. She want to get baptized. She want to join the choir. And y'all completely okay with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But LaFonz, the gay director, been faithful and doing all of what he needs to be doing. Having a choir sounding like fucking Mississippi Mass in the 90s, bitch. But every time you preach, you could be preaching about God resurrecting, Jesus resurrecting on the 3rd day, but you're going to circle around to how men should be sleeping together.
I'm like, how did we get here? How did we get
how we got there?
Jesus, how did we get from the 3 wise men?
Because if you think this way, if he didn't like premarital sex, he would be talking about people shacking up all the time. You don't personally like it. But this world is not yours, sweetheart. And we don't
say premarital sex, but got about 3 people in the choir pregnant.
Right. I would say that when I was growing up, I know for a fact that my great grandfather was a minister. but he passed away when I was 5. So I don't really, have much experience. But I do know that I started out going to a Baptist church growing up as a young boy.
Me too.
But
Southern Baptist.
around the yeah, so around the time I was like maybe in middle school, that's when we started going to a Methodist church. And he always he will always say, "Come as you are." Like he didn't really tell you how to dress. Like what I have on right now, I could have wore this to church. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Like he didn't have a particular dress code. He always said, "Just come as you are." Um, I've seen men that came to church with dressed up like a whole bitch, like straight up have a dress on with a laid ass wig on, and nobody had nothing to say about it. But then you have other people that um sometimes this I've said this before on my Facebook. A lot of times when gay related things come out in the media, and then everybody got something to say, and sometimes I feel like I don't want to sound crazy when I say this, but sometimes I feel like our race can be so judgmental when it comes down to sexuality sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, soon as something comes out about sexuality or somebody coming out to be gay, if you just look at the Shade Room and Baller Alert and all these other websites, all you see is a bunch of hate. Then you have people talking about the Bible. And I feel like people that are overly religious, or not just, I won't say overly religious, I just say that people who want to be homophobic so bad, it's like they pick and choose the Bible like it's a fucking buffet. Like you at an all you can eat buffet, and they gonna say,
Hmm.
"Oh, this sin not that bad. I'll take a bite of that. That sin ain't that bad." But homosexuality, that is just disgusting. Like it even gets to
When
a
it's
point
not
to where,
beneficial. When it's not
right?
beneficial. When you need
It,
your
it,
face
it,
beat. When you need a dress made. When you need a friend to tell you if the dude you fucking is gay. We're your
Oh,
savior. Your
oh,
angel in disguise. You are everything you need and more. But when it's beneficial for you to be on the other side, you take that opportunity.
like what was that bitch with the bad wig? And the Ugg boots that was trying to pray. Kim Burrell.
Oh girl.
yeah.
And those lace fronts afterwards proved it because she had no more gays in her corner.
At all, okay? Not none. And
I never got
see,
the little leave out in front. I never understood that. I never
Never the same texture, not blended worth a damn.
I never understood that. And it really sucks because people say what they want. Me, as far as technique is concerned, and because I'm a fan of Brandy, her voice is like, but I'm just like your personality and the way you carry yourself and the way you treat people trumps all of that. And now you're this stain in the gospel
but see,
because
you know what? I kind of look at it like this too. Like, earlier, we were talking about how like the white guy was so pissed about the saturation of the all Black Lives Matter and all of this other stuff. It's kind of like, blacks were pretty much pushed to the side, but now they're getting a lot of attention now, and things are happening because of the protests. It's just like, as far as gays is concerned, when we were growing up, we didn't have many gay representations or gays on TV or anything like that. And now gays are prominent. Gays are the ones that cut the hair, do your hair, do your makeup. Hey, Status TV, Jamar, G Status is up in the chat.
Oh,
What's going
man. What's going on, y'all?
What's going on? You have like gays on TV, gays everywhere, and it's like once the gays got a more prominent outlook on things or a prominent situation, now it's, oh my God. If you put one gay person on your show, it's an issue. You know what I mean? But we can sit up here and watch the same straight couple roll around the bed all night, kissing and sucking on each other all night, and
mm-hmm.
that's fine. You know what I mean? That's not putting sexuality, forcing sexuality on our kids when a straight couple is on there doing it. But
I
if
get
it's
it.
a gay,
What I don't like is
crazy.
do everything in moderation. Do everything in moderation. Yes, there needs to be some inclusivity. So I need to see some not black, but I need to see some two men kissing. I need to see some gay love, but not every fucking episode, not every other scene. Like what was overdone? How to Get Away, Connor and Ann. If I saw them fuck one more time, I would have been like, enough. We get it, y'all in love. Y'all finna get married. Enough. We ain't seen Michaela and Asher fuck this much. Hell, we ain't even seen Michaela and the black boy fuck this much.
I cannot. I cannot.
Like moderation, because that's when it becomes a problem. Now we're happy to see it, but then it's too much, and
I think
it goes from being palatable to being like, see, that's exactly why we don't want to see it, because every other scene they kissing it. It's like, just treat us normal. Yes, plug us in, but treat us normal. If you got 2 sex scenes in a season, okay, one of them can be gay, but I don't need both of them to be gay sex scenes and then they all do groping and all this in the hall, because that's not what the gay life is, and I don't want to put that narrative out there. Gay is always fucking and always doing this. That is not what being gay is about.
Because that's what people think we do anyway. So we don't want to, we don't want to see it. It's just like how we have like reality shows on TV, like Love and Hip Hop, and then they always pick the same gay to be on there. You know what I mean? Like you got Zell Swag, you got Bobby Lights, you got Trina's assistant, you got Milan Thurstifer on there. Those type of people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always the same type. But I don't feel like they would like.
Though the Milan and whatever that boy name is, they could have did something. The fact that they tried to telenovelize their storyline pissed me the fuck off. Like they get to the reunion. Oh, he hit me. You a dude. Hit his ass the fuck back. Like that shit would have never seen the light of day if you ask me. Gay people fight all the time.
Are you talking about Love and Hip Hop Miami? When Bobby Lights had slapped that dude.
Exactly. Slapped them into the goddamn bushes. It happens. Now who he should have slapped was that milk dud looking motherfucker. That's the one that should have got slapped. The one that felt like nobody knew he was gay. He felt like nobody in the universe knew he was gay.
You talking about Malik?
What's his name?
Malik.
Malik. Yeah.
Girl.
Like we didn't know. Boy, we know.
We knew.
We know.
We knew. We knew from the moment you came your ass across our screen. We knew.
Like
that boy Milan was with. We knew. Ashley knew. Your family knew. You didn't know. But we knew.
You think, but but another thing that killed me with people when it comes down to the to homosexuality, they always say, "But I don't agree with your lifestyle." I feel like
I have trouble defending this, so I don't say it much, but I really don't look at it as a lifestyle. Nobody that's straight is like, I'm living a straight lifestyle. You just living. It's not a lifestyle because it's not even the same. The only similarity gay men have is that we fuck other men. That's it.
That's it.
We still go to
of that,
we still go to work. We still got a grocery shop. We still got to go to
people, and we do it differently. There is not one singular way to be gay. It's not the gay lifestyle. Like, girl, get off of it.
Don't you hate that? They make it sound like we're so like out of this world.
They make it sound like it's like you chosen a dark path. It's like they try to make it sound as dark and as low down as possible, as unrespected, as unremarkable, as insignificant as they possibly can.
They really do. They honestly do. It's crazy. And then I just feel like it's kind of like I don't agree with what you do. I'm like, okay, my dick agrees. That's all that matters. So I don't really care.
But that goes back to what I said about the church in the first place. I've been trying not to say this, but white people are to black people as Black Christians are to gay people. The same oppression that white people place upon the Black people is what the Christians, the church folk, place upon us.
It's the same.
Why do you feel entitled enough to feel like I have to bend to what you deem appropriate? Because you don't like it, I gotta change. I'm a grown ass man. I gotta change my life to fit your comfort. Baby, go about your business. I ain't nobody to you. Go on about your business.
Like, why do you care if you are a woman in Kentucky? Why do you care about two men in Texas fucking?
That again has no consequence to you at all. At all.
Nothing to do with you.
Don't move. You gotta talk about it. You gotta tell me to stop doing it. You gotta try to pray it out.
Who's ever sucking my dick has nothing to do with you. Nothing.
Because you need to worry about who's sucking your husband dick, ma'am.
Exactly. It might be me doing it. So that's what to be worried about.
On that. And how we as a church is normalizing Black men cheating on their wives. He just had a moment. He coming back to the Lord. No. He's intentionally seeking out other women and fucking them because he don't want to fuck his wife at all.
And then on top of that, the pastors, just like Jamar, Brian, people like that, they
Hermit TV, I believe it was, hopped in somebody's chat when we were all talking one time and said that she was at a church one time and she saw a woman, a mistress, walk up to the church, throw condoms at the pastor during service and was like, "You left these at my house." The wife and the kids were sitting in the church, yet they shunned her, and the pastor is still celebrated.
Now look, Scotty. Unfortunately, I do have to answer this phone call, but I will be right back.
Okay.
So yeah, that's weird. And they shun the pastor. I mean, they shun the woman, but then they celebrate the pastor, and it's just like.
It's kind of like, but
people not want to be interested in God as a whole. It's like people don't want to serve God if it's your God. I've had people tell me like, I've invited them to my church like, I'm not into what y'all into, and it's just like, girl, I'm not either. We serve the same God, but we going about it two totally different ways. That's why I pride myself on the fact that I'm spiritual, not religious. Because I'm not here for the rules and all of that. I want my own relationship, and he gave me free will. So why do I have a list of rules to follow?
Right. It's just crazy to me how we have to abide by certain types of rules, but then again, nobody else has to do it. Like,
Shawana, don't get it twisted. Now, had she been in my church, we would have met Mama in the parking lot because you're not going to interrupt service like this. But at the end of the day, why is he getting a complete pass?
Oh, the man always gets a pass.
Yeah. The pastor's wife is like, you know what? We're not going to do this. That was the devil. Prime example, Aventer Gray and John Gray. Man, flat out cheating. I wasn't perfect. You wasn't cheating either.
Man, like, we can go into like
the shit they do.
This topic can go so many ways, because just like you're saying, like how the man is never at fault for anything.
And that's everybody in the church.
That's not even just confined to a religious type of thing. That's just with everyday life. The man never to blame for anything. Like if a woman gets cheated on by a man, the woman always comes for the other woman. She never comes for the man.
It's never the man's fault. Like, and it's not even like it's not even relegated to just Black people. I don't know if you've seen it on Facebook. There's a viral video floating around of a Hispanic couple just got married, and she was trying to feed him cake, and I guess he didn't want to take it, so she got to smash it in his face in front of the camera and the entire receptional party. He slapped the dog shit out of her. I mean, almost slapped the white off that dress, and nobody said anything. The only thing that was remotely happened was people saying, calm down, you shouldn't have hit her. But she just off to the side, like, and I know she was thinking, like, God damn, like, we ain't even had our honeymoon, and I got the taste left out of my mouth. And nobody's gonna pray for me. Nobody.
It's never the man's fault. It's never the man's fault. It's just like how, for example, like, I know many people don't like her, but it is just like K Michelle when she first came out with her abuse story with Myth Hits. Everybody blamed her.
Yeah.
Everybody went in on
Either they
her.
blamed her or they didn't believe her. And what
Or
was
they
so
didn't
crazy
believe
was
her.
God works in mysterious ways. Everybody did what they did. They didn't believe her. Rashida, I love Rashida, but for me, if you knew coming into this you was gonna side with Toya, I wouldn't even sit down with K Michelle. Girl,
Right.
I'm biased. Call it what you want, but I'm biased. I'm gonna side with my friend. I don't even want to hear what you got to say. But the point I was getting to was nobody believed her about him until that nigga was on marriage boot camp with Toya and got to throwing shit and knocking shit down, and everybody saw the temper on him.
And looking at her and all this other stuff.
Everybody saw the temper. Now the only reason why he didn't slap her ass down to the ground was A, because she from New Orleans, she probably would have stabbed his ass and put a root on him, and B, it was cameras everywhere and other dudes. Them niggas was not about to let him jump on her like that. They was gonna stump a mud hole in his ass. I can guarantee you that.
Even like with the R. Kelly thing, like when the women came forward to talk about what happened to them, I've seen so many people side with him. Well, why they do it now? Now, I will say that there are some stories that was out there that are a little questionable, but there are some stories that I just feel like, okay, they're not lying. Like,
I feel the same way. Now, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was team them. I was like, now that they know it's a special coming out, everybody want to say something. But then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, catch me, I'll wait. If, let's just say one of them name was Tamika. If Tamika wanted to say something in 2005, what platform would she have had to stand on? Mama could put a video. There very well may be a YouTube video out of all these women individually saying, R. Kelly did this to me. But ain't nobody trying to hear that. Bitch, we was stepping in the name of love and we was trapped in the closet 13 times over. We didn't give a damn about what you had to say about R. Kelly. And he made sure. And to be truthfully honest, what if all this time these women were trying to speak up? Just not on not educational, but not on an entertainment platform. What if they were trying to sue him and seek legal action? And that was why he was putting out so much. That Trapped in the Closet series came out of absolutely nowhere. That was not an album. That man put out a motherfucking musical for no reason.
For no reason, just because he wanted
Now, grant you, he is a musical genius, but you were trying to cover up something. You knew that this shit was going to come back to bite you, and you wanted people on your side enough to please your case. And it worked to some degree. There are still some people who like, girl, please. He ain't pee on me, so I'm still a fan. It's just like,
Sometimes when his songs come on, I be feeling bad for bopping to him.
I'm not gonna lie, Scotty. I have the remix to Ignition. That's the only R. Kelly song I have on my iPod. And you know how it comes on. Usually I'm like, you're not about to do it now either. I will say something, but it's like I won't bring myself to delete it. I won't play it, but I won't bring myself to delete it. So it's like one day I'm just gonna do it. See, it's like, and I've had a discussion with people about this. Like, can you separate the man from the music? Like, can you?
I try. I mean, I do. Like, I don't like Tamar Braxton as a person, but I would bump Love and War and the one.
I love some Tamar songs, and I think that's different because Tamar is just annoying.
Yeah.
Tamar, she's not out here like damn near raping people. She is annoying. Now, what I will say is sometimes what you do as a person will affect my support for you as an artist. Prime example. I have not downloaded or listened to one singular song outside of That's Why I Praise You and When the Saints Come to Worship by Kelly Price since Hollywood Divas. R&B Divas LA, after you showed your naked ass like that,
that's a lot of ass to show.
I don't fuck with her. Now, when the Saints go up in worship, she gets me every time. That's Why I Praise You, Mama, you get me every time. Outside of that, I'll give you a Heartbreak Hotel, but that's because it's Faith Evans and Whitney Houston as well. Other than that,
somebody else just made a point when they said, when it come down to like when a woman want to speak out against like a singer that everybody likes or a rapper, it's always
right.
chasers, they're gold diggers. Why everything has to be about a payout? Why didn't it just? Why can't it just?
And but and here's what people are missing. Like, yes, those women got paid to be on Lifetime. But these women ain't trying to be famous because how many people are booking these women for anything?
Because a lot of them I
After they
haven't
get
seen.
paid by Lifetime, they go back to their mundane lives. Working
Right.
whatever they've been working.
A lot of those people that was on, you can tell who really trying to be somewhere, and you can tell who really just wanted to get their story out there. Because some people on that was on Surviving R. Kelly, I haven't seen them on any other platform since Surviving R. Kelly. Because there's a girl on there that when they did the part 2 of it, it was a woman on there, and I've always wanted to hear her story. Her name is Tiffany Hawkins, and I have been looking around searching stuff about because if you ever listen to Aaliyah's first album, she was the chick on there rapping on the songs.
Okay.
Terrible rap it was, but she was the one that was on the songs. She filed a lawsuit against R. Kelly in '96 for having sex with her as a teenager. So she tried to take him down a long time ago. And nobody ever heard her story. Nobody ever seen like she had been MIA for years. So when she finally came out and said something on Surviving R. Kelly, I was excited to hear her story because I had been wanting to hear her story
With
forever.
Sparkle, what do you think about Sparkle? Do you think Sparkle was just trying to get her story out, or do you think Sparkle was trying to revive her career? Because mind you, after Sparkle did Lifetime, she went to the Breakfast Club, and by the time she went to the Breakfast Club, Mama had a new song out.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this now because I have mixed feelings when it comes to Sparkle. On one hand, it's like, girl, you're gonna take out this opportunity to put out another song and then go on a Breakfast Club and do this interview and do that interview. But at the same time, she spoke out years ago as well. Mm-hmm. And it's like when she spoke out the very first time, everybody just denied her. Like they said she was lying about that being her needs, and she just mad because R. Kelly ain't working with her no more. Like she got it bad when she first spoke out in 2002. But it's kind of why I kind of give her a pass sometimes.
Because I feel like even though that was the right thing to do, speaking out, you chose your path. You knew that speaking out was gonna blackball you in music, and you was gonna be a has-been. So why now are you trying to come back out? And it's just like the iron was never hot, Shawana. The iron was pissed on. It was pissed on. It was pissy. It was underage and it was pissy. And she's sitting up there, you better be careful what you do. No. You better be careful. You listening around here letting your niece hot way into this goddamn studio with R. Kelly, and now she getting peed on. You gonna tell us to be careful what we do?
Did you say hopscotch?
I did. She's a child.
I cannot take it.
Mm-mm. And that was my song too. Be Careful was my song.
It's still my song. That's the only Sparkle song I like, by the way.
Is that the only
Sparkle song I know?
That's the only one she got out of.
Where is it? Let me see. Hold on. Wait.
I would have at least put out an album and then said, y'all, okay, R. Kelly's a dog, but I would have had my album out already. Come on, come through.
That's the only song. So I don't know, but it's a lot that comes with that whole R. Kelly thing too, because I really do sometimes automatically come to the woman's aid when she comes out with a story, because every time a woman comes out with a story, she's the one that get blamed. Like even if a girl comes out with a story and says she got raped, the first thing somebody would say, well, look at what she had on. She had no business putting that shit on.
That is
she
true.
Asked to get raped and all this other shit. Like, really? That's true.
They will do that. But it's like for this, you couldn't help but side with the ladies, because even if some of the ladies were lying, it was on par with the shit he be doing. For you to get out of jail and go to the McDonald's right next to the middle school or the high school where you know all the girls gonna be coming.
Exactly.
It supports the narrative that you out here trying to have sex with little girls.
Exactly. Exactly.
That whole situation, it supports the narrative. And when they pointed out the fact that R. Kelly was in the background of that girl's album cover, I was just like,
What? You didn't see it?
I didn't see it until they pointed it out because I wasn't looking for it. Just like, and this is off topic, but in The Wizard of Oz, the white version, when they are walking down the yellow brick road, you can see one of the munchkins hanging from a tree. A literal person is hanging from a tree and swinging.
Let's see.
But if you're not looking for it, you won't see it. I never, because they blurred it so well, I never even saw a silhouette of a man behind her.
I did not know you didn't know that.
No.
I swear I didn't know you didn't know that.
And when they said that, I was like, oh my God. Like, that is so pedophilic. Like, almost like he watching over her. Like, no. Yeah, it never even dawned on me.
There he is. Ain't no way in hell anybody can tell me Andrea didn't know what was going on. Well, how you feel about her?
I feel like what Chantel said, she knew. She was in it for the check. She was a dancer. She felt like shit. After she had found out what was going on. But the way she was telling her story, it was like she was getting her ass beat too. And it's like, but then, okay, she was crying about getting her ass beat. Let's just say this shit was filmed in March. When it came out in December, Mama was all in her car. Yes, that's right. I can still listen to his music. I can still jam. I'm still a fan. I don't care if it's Michael Jackson. If you didn't beat my ass, I'm not supporting you no more.
I swear.
I don't give a fuck if it's Brandy. Let Brandy had a sucker punch me the way Monica sucker punched her. We would not be cool right now. And I wouldn't give a damn about this album coming out at the end of July. I wouldn't care.
I cannot.
Like, I don't know. And you in here drunk and dancing to his music and sashaying, and you trying to live off his name. Lest we forget Hollywood exes. Lest we forget your goddamn name. You are Andrea Kelly. So obviously you still want some notoriety from it, whether it's good or bad at this point.
And you know another thing that people are talking about when it comes down to Andrea, like people feel like she's playing the victim, and they feel like there's no way he could have hid all this stuff from her.
Or he couldn't have done it all. I'm not gonna lie and say he couldn't have, but I do agree with they playing the victim narrative, because it's like at this point you could have been left.
That's true.
Even when you left, you could have been left. You know, like he was torturing you, yeah, but unless I'm missing something, he wasn't holding them hostage. Like everybody said they could leave when they wanted to. They just wanted to be there. Like none of this was kidnapping. This is all like child pornography, all child endangerment, all of that. It was,
I think another thing that people when it comes down to Andrea is because she met him. He was a dancer. She was a dancer for him. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you've ever seen that video before, but it's a video that he had. He had a song on 12 Play called Summer Bunnies, right? Mm-hmm. He did a remix to Summer Bunnies with Aaliyah. Aaliyah was in that video, and Andrea was also in that video.
Yeah.
So obviously, and this is during the whole R. Kelly, Aaliyah marriage, yada yada yada. So people were like, some people are saying some shit like, you met him during the Aaliyah days.
Exactly.
A big ass, scandal about him marrying a 15-year-old, and you still married him anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I try not to judge her too much, because just like somebody said, it could be the however you pronounce it, Stockholm syndrome type of thing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when women are abused, they tend to still.
But at some point, you got to know that what you're doing is not cool. Like, but I get what you're saying, and That's why when I had my discussion initially when it first came out, I said everybody needs to go to jail. The brother, the manager, everybody involved that was complicit in all this shit, y'all asked him to be behind bars too because y'all were facilitating this all. Y'all were protecting him. Hell,
especially the one who said he was the one who got the papers forged. Like, you gonna sit on the national TV and say that? You gonna get on national TV and say that shit? Really? Okay.
And I mean, yes, there could have been some mental issues because I heard he couldn't, really read that well. But if you are mentally capable of writing the songs you wrote, R. Kelly, you had the wherewithal to know that what you was doing to these women was a little shy of appropriate. The fact that you had to do it in secret should have let you know that you was, first of all, even if someone welcomes it and it's of consenting age, chat, peeing on anybody is wrong. Whether they want you to do it or not, it's not cool. Girl, and this is adult piss too. Like,
oh my God.
Horrible. You didn't think anything was wrong, and you filmed it.
Right.
And from what I understand, there are multiple tapes. We just saw that one.
You know what?
You got these rules, these out-of-pocket ass rules, like you can't talk to any other man. Your head has to be down when the man is in the room. This does not sound like that of a man who is like incoherent or doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Welcome back, Jamar. It don't sound.
I have to apologize, but I had to have some business.
That was an important phone call, wasn't it?
Okay.
No, I just said I had to because it was like I had to get this person while she was available.
Oh, okay.
I was like, well, I let me hold on, give me a few minutes because I did this.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say this though. To this day, I've never seen this sex tape. I've never seen it. I never wanted to see it.
Who's sex tape?
R. Kelly sex tape. I never wanted to see it.
Girl,
it's not. It's not. It's real. Like as an adult, like as a child, it was just like, oh my God, the sex tape. But as an adult, and knowing what's happening, it gives your stomach 2 girls 1 cup. Like it makes you want to throw up. It really does.
Wait a minute. I didn't know that Mystical had rape tapes.
What?
Oh my God. Yeah, Chantel just put that in the chat. She said she's never seen R. Kelly's sex tape, but she saw one of Mystical's rape tapes. And I didn't know he had no rape tape. Now, you know he went to jail for rape. And you know he had a song called The Pussy Crook.
Pussy Crook?
Pussy Crook. The name of in the song he said
they for talking about Jewish people. The times have changed.
They have.
This man had a song called Pussy Crook.
Yeah, he got a song called Pussy Crook. Straight up. It's on his Tarantula album called Pussy Crook.
Not about this foolery.
Yeah, because I was never a Mystical fan. I didn't know this was going on. Jesus.
Yeah, you know, he went to jail for rape. That's why he was gone for like a decade, because he went to jail for rape. And then on top of that, that whole Pussy Crook song didn't make his case any better. Not laughing at his situation, but it did make his situation any better. Like, you got a song called They Called Me the Pussy Crook. Seriously? It's crazy.
You in a situation you in.
Is this some old school hip hop bullshit?
Yeah, that had to have been before the
There it is, right there.
Yeah, see, I was never exposed to none of that growing up.
Yeah, my mom was really sheltering, so I didn't see any of that. I didn't even see like half the like black films that everybody like know and love until I was an adult.
Oh wow! They said he's back in jail now.
Harlem Nights.
Someone said he's back in jail right now for rape. That was somebody said in the chat.
Well,
Not again.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think I've seen Harlem Nights 100%. I think I've seen maybe like 65 to 70% of the movie.
It's cute. Now, I've never seen Booty Call all the way through. Every time I watch it, I never get to the end. It's always boring, and I'm just like,
Same.
But
I never seen
this was in the heart of the 90s. So that then was everything. They were putting out movies like that all the time. But now the production of it all, the storyline in general is just like, this whole movie is about how y'all can't fuck. Okay. All right.
But I've never seen New Jack City all the way through either.
What is
I've never seen that all the way through either. Oh, you never heard of New Jack City?
I've heard.
Is that like West Side Story?
Is whose story?
West Side Story. It's a musical.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen that either.
Have y'all seen Rent?
Oh, I've seen Rent.
Oh, whew.
And like Dirty.
You've never seen Rent? You're a gay man, Scotty. You need to see Rent.
Jamar,
please tell him that I'm still like learning the gay shit. Like
me too. That's why I was so here for the Yes Guy Roundtable, because there's so much experience that I don't have because I was so sheltered up until like maybe like 3-4 years ago when I don't know much at all. Like
because I never even watched Noah's Ark before. So when y'all be talking about Noah's Ark, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Like I've heard of the show Noah's Ark, but I've never even watched it before.
And I really had access to stuff like that because like once I got in high school, my parents kind of loosened the reins and I was able to have cable in my room. So if it came on basic cable, I could watch whatever I wanted to watch, and they really didn't know that I was watching, everything that I was watching, but I was. And that
back then I was trying to stay up to watch BET Uncut. That's what I was trying to watch.
Honestly, after the ass tip girl, I was traumatized. That video, it was so much ass jiggling in that video. I was scared. Like I was like, is this normal?
Like I remember those songs like it was yesterday. Like they'll play the same damn videos every night.
Yes.
It was a song called.
Whenever I think of BET Uncut, I think of Tip Drill.
That's it. You think of that poolside scene and them girls in that damn tub with all them bubbles. And a big ass house. And then that boy swiping that girl ass with the credit card.
With the credit card, okay?
But wait, did either one of y'all watch Degrassi?
I love Degrassi. Oh my god, I love.
Yeah. When Homeboy was my favorite character. Ooh.
I think one of the last episodes I saw was when JT.
The gay boy, I really love the gay boy. The gay boy was really cool. He got on my goddamn nerves.
Who?
Darcy.
Oh well, Darcy was written.
Yeah, I didn't. I was here for the black girl with the glasses, but it was like every time I wanted her to do something, she did the opposite, and it was just like
Liberty got cool when she got
Liberty. For me, I really started feeling like Liberty was stepping up to the plate after her boyfriend died.
After JT got stabbed.
When JT passed, she was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna be Liberty 2.0, and it's just like you should have been Liberty 2.0 this whole fucking time.
If I could, honestly, this is gonna be bad to say. I was both played by Marco. Marco was so gay, so very gay, and just absolutely the mistakes of a fresh homosexual.
I feel bad when Spinner was
gay. I'm like, I don't really like.
Spinner was such an asshole to Marco, and it was just
he was wrong for that. Like he even wrote on the back.
So much older than him, though.
And then he embarrassed him down to like the Starbucks or something like that. He tried to embarrass him there too.
It was sad.
It was just horrible.
I hated Paige. I hated her ass. I couldn't stand her.
I lived for Paige when she became a lesbian.
She was a lesbian?
See, that's when you stop watching, but when it's
which is Paige? The one with the full face?
Oh.
That was Darcy, right?
Paige Michael
She had a gay brother. Paige had a gay brother.
Paige
Paige
was a
was
Paige,
senior, right?
She was dating Spinner for a majority of the series.
So she
and
was.
wasn't she a cheerleader?
Hmm.
Wasn't she a cheerleader?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she was a
Okay,
cheerleader.
Paige. Okay, so I
Yeah.
like Paige. It was Darcy I didn't like.
Yeah, Darcy was annoying. Darcy was like the Christian girl, wasn't she?
I
When she
think
wanted
so.
to be.
Emma was annoying too. Emma was very
I
annoying.
could not stand Darcy. Oh no!
Emma was annoying.
Oh,
What
Emma was
happened?
horrible. Emma was horrible.
Okay, no, wait. Emma was horrible while she had braces on.
I was gonna say
But once
preseason,
she went to that ravine and started sucking that dick.
toward the end of her senior year, like when she became an upperclassman, she started getting some coof about herself and she had some sense. But her first 2 years, I hated her.
I hated Emma, and I hated Manny too
And
when
it
she
is
became a
Paige. I did not like Paige. Now, when she was a lesbian, I could stomach her. She was palatable then. But before then, I could not stand her.
True, because I mean, she was like the typical bully, popular girl cheerleader. Like that's what
I
everybody.
hated her ass. And Ashley Gothic ass was annoying too. And she let Manny steal her man.
What was her name? Ellie,
I don't
a
remember her
gothic
too.
ass.
Ellie, that
I
was,
can't remember
who was the one that
her
kept
ass.
leaving and coming back, leaving and coming back? Was that Ellie?
Leaving and coming back.
Somebody kept leaving school and coming back, like getting
Oh, I
checked
don't
out.
know.
I'm going away and I'm coming back. I'm going away and I'm coming back.
She was the gothic redhead.
Yeah, I remember her now. I remember her now.
She was pretty
She
cool.
was really
That other goth girl got on my nerves. She
But
was
everybody, I never understood why everybody just wanted Craig. Craig was not cute to me.
at all.
Craig was,
At all. I would have went for Spinner before Craig, being
and
honest.
Spinner ain't shit, but Spinner could get bent over.
yeah, and Spinner was like when Spinner cut down the bullshit and was actually like heartfelt, you saw a different side of Spinner. And it was just like,
Right.
aww.
Wait a minute, what was that
Right.
name?
It's a lot of y'all get me excited now because I used to love Degrassi.
I
Oh my
love
god.
her. What was that
Yeah,
other
Craig
name?
was the one that kept leaving and coming back.
Oh,
Remember?
it probably was him then. I was just like,
He had like a family member or something, or music or something was taking him away, and he kept leaving and coming back, and it was just like enough already.
see, that's what
Remember Terry?
Drake
The head one Terry
Jimmy.
that was getting on by her boyfriend.
Huh?
My people did get hurt when Drake got shot.
You know, that was the very first episode that I watched.
Oh, when he got shot?
That was the very first episode of Degrassi that
He
I
got
watched.
shot.
Was when I forget that boy name. He came.
But he was like a terrorist. Like he was trying to shoot up the school.
And he came in with that book bag looking like this, hair full of like also whatever.
He went to counter raid to run and like
that's what I was talking about. That's the one that shot Drake was the one that was dating the heavyset girl Terry, and he was whooping her ass. He was kind of crazy. He was beating her ass.
Beating her ass.
Didn't she die?
I don't know. Did she?
I remember she fell and she got like knocked out by hitting her head up against the side of the sidewalk or something.
Oh no.
I swear.
I don't know if she died though.
No.
Somebody tell me, but you know what? I could talk. I'm trying to remember who was that guy, the other fuck boy that Alex was dating that was secretly fine. Jay.
JT?
No, Jay. Just regular Jay. If you remember the episode when Alex and Paige started when they first got together.
Oh, Jay. Okay.
Jay was like Alex's boyfriend from way back when, and he wasn't shit, but he was secretly fine. And fun fact about Jay, the actor actually auditioned for the role of Dylan.
Wow, I didn't know that. and did Emma have a black boyfriend too? His name was Chris, I think.
Connor.
What's his name, Connor? He was black. Did he have a black boyfriend?
Wait, I don't know if
only two black boys is Connor and Danny.
Because I could have sworn she had a black boyfriend, and that was right before she became a whore.
But let me tell you something. Is that Connor that was like JT's little nerdy friend?
I think so.
With Asperger's. Do you know how fine that man is today?
Let's see.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Hello.
bitch! Hold on, girl. Ooh.
Let me tell you something. That man had a glow up of a lifetime. I said, ooh, Lord Jesus, need to come up a little bit. Shit.
Okay, sorry.
Put the picture up there. Put the picture up there for the people.
Damn.
Did you just text me out? Woo.
His whole entire profile.
He's whew.
Bitch, didn't I tell you? He is fine.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you.
When Degrassi was on.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah, I just followed. Jesus.
Bitch, I'm following.
God.
Fuck this.
I just followed him. Oh
I
my
know
god.
not today.
Y'all, have y'all noticed we talked about religion for a minute and went somewhere else?
Because it don't, honestly and truly, like, that's how gays in general should regard the church and religion and all that. Like, give it a little bit of attention and let it roll off your back, because girl,
I'm more spiritual than because
I
religion.
honestly feel like, and I hope I don't offend nobody in the chat, I honestly feel like the church folks who do all the judging are gonna be the main ones that book it.
Yeah, this is really the case, and it's like
I'm gonna twist at you when Gabriel's like, "Look at me out, excuse me, with my purse, running past your ass into the pearly gates to my mansion." Well, you kindly. Maybe your
my
ass.
mama always be trying to like pressure me to like go to church and find you a church home. As I just got older, I just didn't feel the need to be in a church or some building with other people in order to have some sort of connection with the Lord.
I haven't been to church in I don't know how long. The last time I've been to
I was
going before the pandemic, but then again, I like my church. My church was more like that Methodist church you were talking about, Scotty. Like, my church is like within like TSU and U of H, so people from those colleges come, and it'd be transgenders, it'd be openly gay people, it'd be like just pretty boys like Redrick, and I feel so happy like that we can all like worship together, and it's like nobody is looked at crazy or talked about or ostracized. It's like. But churches like that are hard to find, and that sucks.
I mean, it's a great experience. I usually enjoy it for the most part when I go, but I just always know, like, on the inside that, like, who I really am. I have to come in here. I can't really come as I am, as they, preach it to me. I always have to, like, put on a certain mask or version of myself in order to be truly welcomed in this space. I feel like I can't really just be myself in this space because then you get chastised. But it's supposed to be the safest place in the world. But
you make a lot of sense because even though I mean, this is contradicting my own self. Even though I said everything that I said, I still don't feel like if I go to my pastor right now, but I didn't join the church. But I don't feel like if I go to the pastor and I tell him, hey, I want to get married, and he'll be like, okay, what's you? Like, I think there'll be some pushback, and I may have to fight for it and get what I want, but I don't feel like he'll be as accepting as LaQuita and Craig with the unwed baby. Like, they would get, much more acceptance than I would. And I ain't got no kids. I would, my life would be pretty much put together, and I still would get the pushback simply because of who I love. So
you could be donating tithes, you can be the great singer, you could be the choir director, you can all this money, but if you suck a dick,
and they know you suck a dick. Now, if it's behind closed doors and they can't tell you sucking dick, you good. But if they can tell,
how come the pastor can blow the little small boys in the back of the pews a Bible study, but we can't suck our own husbands? I don't. I
That's
don't
all.
understand
But you
it.
know what's crazy to me? I think I said the story. I think I told the story before. When I was working at Dollar General, right? It was this pastor, and everybody, because I live in a small town. And when I say small town, it's small town. One damn high school.
Oh,
One high school. I think three elementary schools and probably two middle schools, but one high school. So we got one high school. Everybody knows everybody. 13K in total as the population. Everybody knows everybody, pretty much.
yeah.
So if you don't know them, you seen them somewhere, you heard their name before, and you still know their business. Small town, small area, everybody knows somebody. So hey, El Teddy, um,
Hey, Teddy.
everybody everybody knew this pastor. So he'll come up in Dollar General, and I never understood why he would give me so much attitude. Like I'd be like, good because I worked at night back then. So good evening, how you doing? I'll ring them up, whatever. But then it's like if there was like a long line and I go and open up my register and I'm like, register 4 or 5 is open, register 4 is open. He would not come to my register at all. He'd rather stand in a long line rather than just go over there to me and get his stuff rung up. So I never understood at first.
That's
But
fine. You
then one
can't
day,
waste your own time being petty.
right, so I was like, I don't understand. You can sense when somebody's being homophobic. You can sense it.
Right, right, right.
So I was like, I wonder what the issue is with me because I don't even know him. So one day he came in one night. I'm not going to his line. He an abomination. I'm like, that's what somebody came back and told me. So I'm
I
like,
mean, if you think that you've never gone in a gay person line your whole life,
ah,
if
that's
you
what I'm saying. I'm like, really? So then he would like look at me crazy, like he'll roll his eyes, like he hated me. He not supposed to be like that. You shouldn't even be having him in the store. All this other stuff. If I walk
He
in the
was
store and
really
I see him,
saying that?
like straight up, he said, if I come in, like if he come in the store and see me as the first person that he like, if I'm at the register, like the very first one when you first walk in, if he see me at that register, he's not. He would turn around and leave. That's exactly what he would do. He did not want to do nothing. But then his son came in the store one day. I was stocking. His son was looking at me like I was a piece of steak, standing all up behind me and stuff, trying to hold a conversation and stuff. And one of my coworkers was like, that boy was looking at you. I believe he wanted to talk to you. He just didn't know how. I'm gonna find out that was his son. But
Yikes.
then not only that, I think his issue with gay people was his deceased wife. He found out that she was sleeping with a woman before she passed away.
A
That's
lot
probably
of
why he
people say
hated her.
that's Kimber Rose's issue with gay people as well. That her husband was with a man.
well,
And, that's why she has a disdain for gay men in particular. Because if you notice, that's who she really targets. She don't really care about the lesbians. It's the gay men that
Give me
she.
he said he slept with. I slept with a pastor too.
I didn't sleep with a pastor, but I slept with a minister.
Oh,
I'm
I
only
slept with a pastor and Ujik. Mm.
I'm only I'm only showing my dog this is his birthday today. I got my little hat.
Happy
Oh,
birthday! What's the dog's name?
Rufus.
Happy birthday, Rufus. Hope it's a
I'll,
good one.
woo.
I'll show him some love. I got
Happy birthday, Rufus.
Hope it's a good
yep.
birthday.
How spoiled this boy is. I done got
Oh,
him
I know.
a new I done got him a new toy. Look, he got a little puppy.
Oh, puppy cake!
Really, Jamar.
My business.
Marley would never.
I ain't got
He
nothing
is
to
so
say.
stupid.
Did you remember the show? I remember the show Half and Half. I just didn't like Half and Half. I wasn't feeling it.
Oh, Half and Half was cute. I liked it.
I
Um,
liked
um,
Half and Half.
um, Essence's mom was my favorite, and I love the banter that she and Rachel from Family Matters had. The sisters were cute,
That,
but the mom was everything.
that the mothers was the reason why
The
I would
moms
even
were
try to.
everything, and I wanted MC Light to stop acting like she was straight and she liked JT because she did.
I had a friend of mine who watched back when it was called The Inn. Y'all remember when it was The Inn? Uh, South of Nowhere. Uh, what was it
The
called?
Gracie would come on the end, right?
Instant Star, huh?
The Gracie would come on the end, right?
Yeah, yeah. But they had like the other like LGBT shows that weren't as big as Degrassi, but they were like because they were more tailored to like the lesbian community. And my friend was a huge fan of like Instant Star and South of Nowhere, which was about these two girls. Child, those are the days. That was man. That's what we had
I
in
know.
abundance.
I used to
It needs to be like a
love it.
retro show and stuff like that.
Are you feminine? Listen, the way I am sitting up here in front of the camera, this is exactly how I am in person. So I don't give like an extra feminine tea in public, and I don't give an extra feminine tea on camera. The way I am right here is the way I am in person. As Jamar, he's been around me in person. I can. This is me, just a tad bit more ghetto. Yes. Listen, Jamar was the reason why I could have got arrested. Let's just say that.
No, that fucking police security guard would have been the reason that you got arrested.
Oh, oh.
I had nothing. I was sitting there minding my business, literally.
I was taking up for you.
But that you wouldn't have had to take up if he wasn't on that bullshit.
Oh.
He was on
I
that
want to
bullshit.
fight. Oh my
I
god.
wanted you to fight him because that was some bullshit.
Jesus, I was so mad. I want to fight him so bad.
We
Jamar, here you
got
go, Jamar. Don't
fighting.
make a scene. Don't make a scene, Scotty. Don't make a scene. I'm like,
I was like, nah, because I know you like right there before the thing, and if y'all get carried out, just right before y'all meet Kevin Shell, it wouldn't.
what? I don't know if you noticed, but I was getting ready to go off on that dude when it's 2020, when we first walked in, and when he made that comment about what I had on, I really was gonna cuss him the fuck out.
I don't remember
Because
that.
I had on
Houston will do that to you. Houston will do.
huh?
I say Houston will do that. Houston has some of the most catty gays that I have ever met in my life.
Yeah,
They
like
beat you down.
when we when we walked in, I had on red and white. I had on like some white pants, and I had on like a red and white Death Row Record shirt or something like that. And then I had on like a red Kango hat. And he was like, "How you gonna have on a West Coast shirt with an East Coast hat on?"
Oh,
And
I
I'm
didn't remember you said.
Makes perfect sense because I was just about to say Houston gays don't like any style that they don't understand. If it's not a Houston style, they feel like you can't dress. And it's like y'all do realize there are 49 other states and other countries where people dress completely different. You know, like, but they don't think that way.
like, dummy, I'm giving you a LL Cool J tees with a Tupac representing shirt. Like, I'm combining the two coasts. Like,
But
don't
even
be
if you
stupid.
combined all four coasts, that's your business. That's
Like, what the fuck it got to do with you? Like, are you serious?
The
Jamar didn't even know I would have cussed him out.
I forgot about that part. But you know what? Like the Houston LGBT nightlife was like really going downhill when right when I moved. Like all of the clubs were primarily closing. There was little to no place to go, and wasn't nobody really going out for real. And I'm just like, and the places that we're going were like the raunchy ass, uh, backwater, hole in the wall ass clubs. And
Crocker.
I left for Crocker. I do actually like Crocker. Crocker was cute.
But I
Uh,
mean, when you say backyard, hole in the wall, I mean, even though it's a nice vibe, it does give that. I ain't gonna
I mean, in
lie.
comparison to at least in my mind, if you remember, if you ever went, Diddy's.
Well, that I heard bad things before I even went. So like I kind of went with a preconceived. I ain't gonna like this, and I didn't, you know. But then again, I like Bartini's. That was cute.
I never went there.
EJ's was cute.
That bar was cute before they started shooting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when they started shooting, that's when it. And I used to love the patio on Thursdays with that little bonfire type situation. It was everything.
That outdoor seating was great.
First they started shooting, then I think somebody got ran over in the parking lot. I said, "Oh no."
On Wednesdays, I think I only went on Wednesdays because I think that used to be gay night, and I was literally on that tiny. That was the tiniest dance floor, the tiniest dance floor.
Because the stage took up most of everything, and it was like a little dance floor, and then they had the balcony area. Then you went outside. It was just so much going on in that club. So much.
Well, I know the last time I came to Houston, the very last time when I came with my friends, we went to Bayou City and we really enjoyed Bayou City. We
Bayou
really
City's
did. They
cute.
played the,
Now it's called.
I feel like Bayou City was cute by default.
That was the move on Sundays. I don't know what day y'all went, but that was the move on Sunday nights.
Really?
It was a Friday night, I think. That's when we first got there.
It's truly like.
I think Hamburger Mary.
It's like WeHo. It's like bourbon. That's our bourbon. It's like if you're in the Montrose area in that little quadrant of whatever, like you can find something to do each night. Because even on slow nights, Crocker can pop. You know, depending on who's in there, you can go on a Tuesday night and get your entire life on some kamikazes and some good Deborah Cox dance music.
Honestly. And even have you a good time at Hamburger Mary's if you into it.
Hamburger Mary's is cute. I ain't trying to go. I want to support people, but if I gotta tip my waiter, if I gotta tip the dancer or the performer, and I gotta pay for my goddamn food.
Now, see, here's the thing: don't eat at Hamburger Mary's. Just drink.
The food was good. Them burgers was good.
I
the
mean,
wings was pretty good too.
Food is way too expensive. You get a hamburger, a little cup of fries, and a drink for like almost $25.
Almost $25, and it's like it's a lot. It's like, and you gotta. It's like 6 different people coming out. I want multiple ones. Like it's like, girl.
But you paying $20 to eat, and then you probably gonna get out another $20 for drinks, and then another $20 that you might have in singles to tip the performers.
And depending on who's there, who you're there for, because if you're there for a particular person, that's my mama, the whole 20 going to her. Because people love to stand up there and just give me the whole stack of 20s. Do not sit up there and one by one try to give me this money.
They sit there, hand out one, they pick it up, they hand out another one. It's just like, girl, I'm trying to do a show. You sitting there picking the way.
You know, on the contrary, I will say this for the performers. It irritates me just a little bit when somebody's holding their dollar and they just like, holding it. And they dance around the entire club and then finally come to you and
I'm just like, girl, I want to have
back in the motherfucking wallet. While you playing, by the time you make it your way to me, you can be like, what? Girl, I put it up. You done lost your goddamn, you have expired. Sorry.
Your offer has expired.
In the words of Shanae, deal is off.
And there was usually something for everybody, or at least back in the day when everything was open. 2020 was great. 2020 was the largest club and had the longest hours. But there was literally, like every weekend, most people only went on Saturdays. There was a fight at least 2 of the 4 weekends.
Yep. At least.
There was at least 2 fights per weekend. Bayou City, I mean, here and there.
It was energy at Bayou City, but it was fights. And this is how I know that it was like every week thing, because our thing was, let's go around. Like, I like to get to clubs late because I only want to be there for like an hour and then I'm out of there. But we would go around maybe like 11:30. We would get there for like 11:30. So right before the show started, we was the fuck up out of there, because when that show started, the fuck was gonna start. and I ain't got time because everybody's attention is on the stage, and these hoes fighting by the bar. That's the only way we're gonna get out of the fight.
They used to fight at the bar. They used to fight on the stage,
in the alley,
off
on the
stage,
stairs,
in the alley, outside in the parking lot, in the street.
There was a whole section upstairs where hoes was fighting. I didn't even know it was an upstairs in that club.
I'm just like, girl, just let me get out the way before a drink fall on me.
Which is why when the show started, and I knew people was like, no, because while the music was going, that was when they was getting turned up and lit and full. To give them the courage to wait till the show started to try to pull the fuck shit. And I was just like, no.
You know Evelyn from Basketball Wives came to 2020 that one time?
She came. I think Vanessa Simmons had came. Angela Simmons, I think, came. I know Tommy came. A lot of people was coming out. A lot of people.
Back in the day. And see, Scotty didn't get to see 20. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But you was only there when the club was like pretty much on the decline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I came there in 2016 and 2017.
Yes, that's what it was. It was like closing down by the end. It was not what it used to be. If you came in like
back in
13, 14.
Yeah, I was gonna say back in the late 2000s and the early 2010s, every fucking weekend that bitch was. You know how like in the cartoons where somebody having a party in the house is like literally like moving and bouncing, it's like off the foundation. That's how 2020 was. It was like literally like shaking.
It used to be it. I mean, I heard they opened back up though.
Emerald City for gay people. Well, Emerald City kind of was for gay people, but that's what it was. It was just like, whew. And then when they played the Beyonce songs, they played the live performances.
Oh, child! And there was always the select people that used to get on stage ready.
The Kardashians. You had DePaul. You had Carrie, may he rest in peace, and some other one.
I forget her name, but she was a trans woman.
Yeah, but they was all the Kardashians. And when I say they got up on that stage every time a Beyonce song came on, and they did their thing.
Baby, I got sick of it in the time. I got sick of it.
Okay. Baby DePaul was here with. He was not playing.
But see, now I think of that song and all I can think of is Carrie.
Yeah.
That was my bitch. I did
love
it.
Me by Storm. And then I kind of watched the Real Gay Wives of Houston that DePaul does. And Miss James recently died. And I'm just like, this is too much.
What?
Miss James is dead. Miss James is dead. I think it was cancer. It wasn't COVID.
Oh, wow.
It was cancer. And when I found out, I said the same thing you did. I was like, what? And I didn't even know. I didn't even know she had died until I saw they posted the program for the funeral. And I'm like, and I had to look at it twice because, you know, now people will put clouds behind anybody. It said sunrise, sunset. Like, homie is not here no more. And I was like, y'all can't be serious.
Oh, damn.
That was the only thing about the damn show I remember was him like, Miss James.
Miss James. Mm-hmm. And they said one final season is coming out, so I'm just like, how is this gonna play out? Like,
well, God bless it. I do. Did you ever find out what happened to Carrie for real?
No, I didn't. But I heard rumblings that how can I put this? His immune system. That's what I heard.
And because they participated in that stuff on a regular basis,
it didn't make it no better.
Did not help the situation. So.
And I heard what really blanketed a lot of it was that he was a dancer, so he couldn't look like what he was going through. You know, like he had to like keep up some sort of rapport. But given the fact that you had health issues, it was bound to catch up with you sooner or later. But that. And that was sad because that wasn't unexpected. People were like tweeting and putting out messages like, "We fighting for you, boo!" Like, and it was just like to hear that the battle had been lost was just like,
yeah. But
now I feel for DePaul because you didn't lost your mama, you didn't lost Carrie, and you didn't lost Miss Kenny. So it's just like it's a lot, you know.
And Houston, shout out to Houston. Shout out to Houston. I have to get back there one of these days. But how long has this thing been going? Okay, it ain't been that. It ain't been too bad.
Almost 2 hours. It's like 10 more minutes and it'll be 2 hours. It's been a good conversation either way though.
Yes.
I mean, we don't went all. Well, at least we got to the main topic. Now we're just sitting here just chit chatting and fucking around.
Because there's only so much we as gays can say about religion anyway. You know what I mean? So there's only so much we can
It's
say.
just like I was just curious, like the experience of being like in a black church and being part of a Southern black family. Is like we learned early on, and they kind of like nip us in the butt, like don't walk like that, don't talk like
Don't talk
that.
like that. Don't sit like that.
That's what girls
That's
do.
for girls. Yeah.
Wear a
If you
suit.
I
like
remember one time I was out in the parking lot. You know how like churches like congregate after church, you know, as they go into their cars or whatever. And I had like a bag right here. And I had 3 men come up to me and was just like, take that bag. Either you gonna put it on your arm or you just gonna carry it by the handle. And I'm like, what's the problem when we holding it right here in my arm? Like it was such an issue for them. Just like because my parents still go to the church that I grew up in. So when I go and visit them, you know, it's like visiting family. I had to check a couple people the last time I went because not only with the gay thing, but if you grew up in that church, they still kind of see you as a child. So when you go, they're like, so what you doing with your life? Baby, if you don't mind your motherfucking business, I'm paying my bills. I got a list of itemized bills that you can pay. So if you want to pay one, you can question me about that particular subject. But other than that, stay the fuck out of my business and worry about why your child ain't got off drugs yet, please. Thank you.
Ever said, are you still married to your husband that's cheating on you?
Okay. You still wait for that child to come home?
I know, like I told y'all before, I know that my mom was raised by her grandfather. He was a pastor or whatever. And I get pastor and minister mixed the fuck up. I said minister earlier, then I said whatever. He was in the church. So that's why now I understood why when I first came out, she was like, she didn't take it too well.
Yeah.
I didn't understand why, but I know now because she said when she was growing up, she had an uncle who was gay. But they sent him to like a mental hospital or something, like because he was gay. Like they thought something was seriously wrong with him. So they sent him to a mental institute. And if she grew up with that type of thing, of course she's gonna be closed minded. You know what I mean? And then it's like now she's not closed minded at all, and she would curse you out for saying anything about somebody being gay. I know we got one cousin who's in and out of jail, of course, and I guess he at that point I was out of the closet. Everybody and their mama knew I was gay, and he said something to her about you need to let me talk to him. He don't need to be walking around here with that shit on him. Like, do you need me to fight him or something like that? I need to beat it out of him or some shit like that. And I'm like, he said what? And you know, my mama was like, don't worry about it because I got his ass together. I cussed his ass the fuck out. That's why he ain't been back to this house because I cussed him out. I said, you didn't have to. Because if he would have tried to lay a finger on me, you already know what it was going to be over here. Talking about some beat the gay out of me. Okay.
And you say he's in prison?
Yeah, he's been in and out of jail for most of my life anyway.
And you want to come for me what I'm doing?
Explains a lot.
You don't make good decisions either, apparently. So who are you to judge me?
No, but see, now I'm questioning what you mean by beat it out of me.
Right. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I want to know what does it come out? What comes out?
You.
When it's out, what does it look like?
Apparently, it's something into you, which is why you want it out of me.
Listen.
You don't like
worry about your own son who doesn't even talk to you. Worry about that. Don't worry about me. That's all I got to say. Please. Don't be worried about me. Worry about your own son who doesn't talk to you. I have to make that clear again. The one that doesn't talk to you. The one son that you got, the one kid that you got that doesn't talk to you. Your only child that doesn't talk to you. If my father isn't worried about it,
ain't nobody gonna take care of your ass. You're gonna have to go into the
at all.
And
at all.
and then you'll be trying to reach out to your family or your children or your grandchildren, and then nobody gonna take your call because you blocked.
And he got a grandchild that doesn't even know him.
And whose fault is that?
Why is the chat talking about seafood? How did y'all get on? I'm seeing jump.
That happened that old
why y'all talking about seafood? The fuck?
They ain't even worried about what we're talking about. They too busy watching their own shit.
Chantel said I had 3 pounds of jumbo Maillard shrimp delivered on dry ice today. She making Lord Jesus.
How the fuck they end up on motherfucking seafood and shit? How the fuck they end up on that? But I got a question though for both of y'all.
I may or may not have
you gonna have one, bitch. As far as G status is concerned, who is the next person y'all would want to interview next? I know we just done 3 episodes, and but who y'all want to interview next? My vote is Devon. That's my vote.
Devon is absolutely cool. Me and Devon have actually been talking, and that may work. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I think in not an interview, but a conversation with
why you throw that plate?
Maybe a little entertaining.
With who?
Akeem.
Oh my God!
I would definitely want to condense the time of the interview to like 30 minutes or maybe an hour. Because I don't want you to get long with it and taking me left, right, and all about it. I just want you, and if I wouldn't necessarily ask questions, it would just be like a bounce off, like Kiki. Like, let's just talk about shit, as opposed to me asking them questions.
You know what? I want. I want Roman for other things, but for the interview purposes, I want. Let me, Scotty, listen.
Uh-oh.
Why are you calling my name?
Taking a left turn.
Listen, this would be fantastic interview because I want to know. I want to bring 7 and April in here to talk about.
Uh-oh.
I want to bring 7 and April in here because I need to know
in April. Oh my God.
What he is with, what his obsession with Sherrod is. Why are you back here on the season when you claimed that you didn't want to come back and it was so ratchet? Why are y'all both shit?
You said, I can't get over the names. You said 7 in April.
I literally just got it.
Oh, you just
That's how I was like, what? Then I was
He's
like,
talking about 4 in Dre Summer.
I know.
I can't.
But even when I got it, I was just like,
But I just
I'm already exhausted.
But no bullshit. I want to see if they are really trash in real life.
Well, we
kind of talked to Dre Summer before.
We've had conversations, not only interviews. We've had like conversations where we were just talking shit, and Dre Summer just came on and was just like, bap, 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 and was like spilling tea, much like Sherrod. Sherrod is a friend to the Justice League, but baby, tea is gonna get spilled, and he gonna get traded. Now, as far as 4, I'm not sure, but based on the character that he's presented, I genuinely have no interest in it. Only because, like, if you're gonna be given the same energy you was given in that confessional, like you're just this and you're just that and you're just not.
I don't see it.
I wonder if he's gonna give the same type of energy that our guy got, because it seemed to me like when we interviewed our guy, he was ready for any type of show to come his way.
Just like, I love you so much. I love y'all so much, and it's just like,
You say he
I mean,
tweeted it?
no, he tweeted because I had tweeted out the interview and tagged him. He was like, I really enjoyed you. I really had a great time with the crew. I'm like, did you? Because El Teddy was laying into you. He was
Because
not.
it's like he was ready for like to just go in. And I was confused because I'm like, who was being mean to you in their reviews? Because I feel like I was nice to you
Exactly.
in my reviews. I was. I was actually nice. I didn't even read Charlie like that either. So I don't know
You
why he
should
felt
have.
like people were coming
I
down on
did.
him.
You should have.
Oh my God.
I did.
And honestly and truly, for me, I mean, the fashions was questionable, but I was more disappointed in his actions. I
Because
was,
I feel like you
Right.
can wear
I was
whatever you want
a
to wear,
fan of
but
Charlie. Like, I got pussy cut on my iPod. Like, I fucked with Charlie. So when you came this season, like, I'm this and they're that. It's just like
with these
it didn't work for He Who Will Remain Nameless. That some of us are still cool with, and it's not gonna work for you. It's
Wait,
not
who's
Homeboy that was trolling in the Justice League thing.
Oh,
And once at first he was like, I'm here for you and cast me out. But once I said at the end, El Teddy is right. We need to stand up for Really B. Then it was like I was here for Terrence and Scotty. I got filtered out. So
I don't even think I was in the room when that happened, or I missed that.
no.
Oh no, you wasn't. He wasn't. Jamar wasn't there. That was during that interview with KL
I had only
Allen.
to say that being the mean girl doesn't work. Be yourself and be that bitch. And the accolades and the respect for you being that bitch will just roll in. You ain't gotta be mean to other people to get the respect you. You don't have to do that. Because
And I
even
was just,
why would they really think that I think that I'm better than them? Of course I like that's not cute. That is not cute.
especially like,
Oh, you talking about our guy? You talking about our guy and Charlie?
Charlie, yeah. Charlie,
Oh, yeah.
because our guy, again, he played semantics, but he was being honest. He never said he was better than anybody, but everything about his conversation and his energy,
alluded to. He said it without saying it.
he said it without saying it. Just like I said in one of my reviews, I have never outright told a dude, "Hey, look, baby, I'm not feeling you. It's just not working." You're more of a friend to me. I've never said those words, but my actions damn show friend zone the nigga quick. I stopped texting her, hey buddy, without saying what I need to say.
Bro.
So, Argyle, you did the same thing, baby. You didn't have to say it, but you said it. Or lack thereof, because you was talking
There's
about
no
how
way that
but you walked out of your friend's boutique with 2 bags and they were not full. So
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And she gave them full service. She gave them
Let's
liquor.
support the narrative we are trying to
Everything.
put out there. If we're that bitch, we're paid. At least give me the image, bitch. Fill my bag up with tissue and put my little 2 items on the top to make it look like I got a full bag of shit. Right? Don't play me like that. That shit look just like that forever. Shit when you buy a damn training bra and they give you that big ass bag.
Now let me say this too, because I don't know. I didn't nobody's review that I watched for the episode, because the episode was kind of meh. Akeem Chateau, whatever the fuck that was supposed to be. Did my deceive me? Or did they zoom and pan across on this man's phone on jacked with a cracked screen?
Well, let me start off by saying, and I said this in my review, I think that Chateau was a Chateau. And that's just that. Like, I didn't see no driveway, so don't call it no Chateau. And 2, like, they tried to embellish whatever style he had. They zoomed in on a cracked phone. He lifting up the cover to see if he got a morning wood boner. And then he steps out of the bed conveniently outside of the shoes so you can see Steve Madden inside the shoe, so he can then slide his foot into the slip. Girl, girl.
I hate stuff like
And let's just
tell me.
let's get past the optics of it all. You had a 2-minute scene, a sequence rather, just to cuss us out and tell us that we could have done better at the hibachi restaurant.
That you relate to?
That you relate to. Mind you,
And then you invited all these people to for the
no,
food.
wasted my time. Bitch, you wasted your time because you wasn't even there for all of your time.
You really wasted their time, to be honest.
This situation was a farce because we're not even supposed to be in a hibachi restaurant because if you recall when we met Ike and them, it was supposed to be a picnic.
He said he was having a dinner. He didn't say meet me down to Benihana. He said I'm having a dinner. That's what he said.
I'm thinking you're going to go out to the grill. You're going to cook some stuff. We're going to bring some chips, some liquor, some,
One thing about these shows is this right here. Like, one thing about these shows is this. If I was on one of them shows, I am not calling that shit that they be doing a damn event. I'm having a get-together, come to my house.
They call everything an event. Everything is an event.
But it's mostly like the web shows that do that. Like, the people that be on the network television actually have legit,
events.
Except for Love and Hip Hop. Everybody else has like legitimate events.
Yes. And when they go to dinner with somebody, they call it that. Dinner. It's not an event. Like it's dinner.
Exactly.
So I want to, since we're all here.
Okay.
We've already talked about G. We're already in the midst of G status. I was confused by the vibe that Tremel was giving on this date. Because I was like, I basically said he wanted to eat you out and you to suck his dick. That's basically what he said. And you just pretended like, oh, this is so prude, this is so this and so that. And I'm just like, was it too forward? Like, was Ike being too forward? Because I was getting mixed signal from Tremel. I'm like, I don't get it.
And this
I didn't understand it either.
Gay man, there is no such thing as a gay man being too forward. Forward. The F and faggot stands for forward. Okay, like you just gonna put it out there. Like gay people move fast and they say whatever it is. And it's just like he was being a prune. He was from his energy to his I don't cater to nobody. 9 years. Now we understand.
And then so I felt like he tried to he wanted it to be. But then it's like, okay, if it doesn't go well, he's gonna try to call it a business meeting. I'm like,
he literally said, "You seem interested, and I do radio." So I too was like, "Is this an interview or a date?" Like, I'm confused.
I mean, if you are interviewing him for what? Are you gonna hire him?
I feel like I would have played the date card until a month. I broke up with somebody a month ago. Came out of your mouth. The moment I heard that, I would have turned it and transitioned into a business meeting because I know for damn sure you're not ready to get nothing serious. I've been single for 9 years, so obviously I'm looking for something serious. You've been single for 30 days. This is not, we're not on the same level.
Yeah.
You're not whoever it is that fast. Your whole album that's going to come out is going to be about that boy. You at home crying?
It's conventional. Even like if there was a slither, of course we don't see what happens in the rest of the season. If you was Tremel and you had some sort of hope, he was in that confessional talking about how he used to lay next to this man. I didn't know how it was gonna go on without this man.
He's still crying. He said that
he's still crying.
This was him coming out for scones and tea was him getting away from the tragedy that was his life. He's still grieving this man.
And you was about to just
gonna laugh on what you
Tremel's about to be there now.
Because in the super trailer, we had already seen him hanging out with Reggie. We didn't even know that you and Tremel had anything going on. All we saw was Ike and Reggie. So I got a funny feeling and a sneaky suspicion he gonna move on very quickly. But to be honest, like even if he doesn't move on, Tremel pretty much sabotaged this entire date. Like he fucked it up.
He did.
Yeah, because I could tell he was trying to flirt in a way that he knew how, but he just kept sticking his own foot in his mouth. I'm like,
I think the fact that he was nervous, like you would be on a first date, coupled with there are cameras in my face, and I know this is gonna be on YouTube. So I think he was just so in his head. But for me, and I want to know this information, but I just don't want to know it on the first date. I'm not about to sit up and ask you about your ex and why it didn't work out on the first
On
date.
the first day.
I just want to
I don't want to know at all.
I'm gonna find out whether or not I like you. What if your answer to why you're not with this person no more is something I don't like, and I don't even get to know you personality-wise? Well, I'm basing my decision based off why you and this person are together. Let me find it out when it's time for me to find it out. I'm not going to start any conversation off with wanting to know that information. I shouldn't even care.
Honestly, truly.
I shouldn't even care.
It's really only important once that person becomes significant in your life. Because before then, you just had to figure out if I even give a damn about you at all.
Exactly.
For myself.
That's true.
And
don't ask me why I'm single either.
Child, that's rude.
Don't even ask me that.
If you ask me why am I single, the next question you're gonna ask yourself is why are you blocked? Like what I do? Why am I blocked?
And you go block him right there while he in your face.
Why you saying okay? What's your Instagram again? And I get it up on this table. I can get these goddamn donuts to go.
Don't you hate that though? Like when a man try to talk to you, the first thing says, "So why are you single?" Does it matter?
I don't think
want to talk about that.
Honestly, I don't think it matters to them, Scotty. I think they have nothing else to say. What you're doing, why you single? There's like a filter of like 5 or 6 questions that all men ask men. It's like they don't have anything else. Just like I hate the whole. As soon as you get my number, what you doing?
Well, wait. So what if instead they say, what is, like a beautiful man like you being single? Does that make it any better?
It's a sophisticated why you single.
So what they gave you like compliments, like say, man, you tall, you got everything together, you got this, got that.
But the thing is,
I don't know
personally, and I've been guilty of this too, so I'm reading myself partially. I feel like if you just give it fucking time, you'll probably understand why he's single. It'll probably come through.
Figure it out.
I don't even like. I had an incident.
After that first week, you're gonna start to see the real them.
I had an incident at a club one time, and this guy.
He does this, he does that.
I had an incident at a club one time, and this guy was trying to talk to me, and I was sitting at the bar by myself. One of my friends were out there dancing on the dance floor, right? This dude comes to me, he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, he asked me for my name. I told him what my name was. He told me what his name was, and of course he come into, well, why are you're so handsome, so why are you sitting at the bar by yourself? I'm like,
for the same reason you walk up to me by yourself.
I mean, I get that that's your way of trying to flirt, I guess, but
honestly,
I get sick of hearing it all the time.
I
guess it's annoying because I hear it all the time.
I've learned not to
even take me off to the balcony or take me outside to the patio and let's have a conversation. Let's just talk.
I've been told not to even answer questions like that because a lot of people will ask you questions like that just to see if you're actually alone, and then they'll prey upon you.
Yeah.
So you always say that you with somebody. They're just on the dance floor.
I did tell him my friend was on the dance floor though. Why you buying your own drink?
She said her new boo daddy didn't even ask me anything about why I'm single. He asked me what books I read. That's enlighten me. Why am I single? Why are you here? Why am I single? In 2020, that's the best you can come up with.
Ask me what kind of music I like. Ask me what type of food I like. Ask me what my favorite color is.
Why you not out there dancing? You look like you can dance. Why you not out there dancing? I bet you can cut her up. There's a way to break the ice with somebody you just met other than, why are you single?
I hate that question. I already don't want to be single anyway, so why are you asking me why?
Unless I have a profile that says such, what makes you assume I am?
I guess if they ask you like you want a date.
Again, like we're not going to be on a date asking while I'm single. You already fucking up. So why are you saying? Why does it matter? I am, which gave you the opportunity to have this date.
And I was like,
and move forward. I do not question your blessing. Why are you single? Are you know? Because what if one good time somebody's like, "Why are you single?" and then you respond, "But you know what? Why am I single? Let me call this nigga back. What was I thinking? I'm sorry, I have to go."
Oh
then you
God.
stuck an egg on your face.
Or you too handsome to be single, or you.
Girl, like obviously not, because I still am.
Right, like.
So how fine you had to be single. I didn't know that.
Like, really?
I had no.
Now, honestly, you know what I do is like I'll see somebody that I like that I think is so fine, so attractive in the club, and I will be like, man, I know they got about 10 hoes in their phone. They got about 20 hoes waiting on them on their Instagram. Like, and I won't even be bothered to.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a certain genre of guy for me that is too fine. Even me, looking the way that I look, will never approach him because I'm just like, I don't need to boost your ego.
And I don't need to be rejected.
It's already
and none of that because I know one time it was a guy that I felt was too fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like his pictures all the time and all this other stuff, and I called myself trying to shoot my shot, but it was in a numbers game or something like that on Facebook. And then when it got to my number, he was like, I never met you before, but we could be cool. And I was like,
we
but that's cold for saying
small in comparison.
That's cold for that. I hope you know that.
I didn't know that. I took
if
it
a man
like,
cool, if there's any emoji, that is a guarantee for him saying, "You're fuckable. You're fuckable."
But I but you know what? I try not to do that, and I try not to have that mindset because this guy on Tinder actually that we matched with, I was talking. He was like, I was trying to ask him, like what he liked and this, that, and for. He was like, I can't really date somebody that looked like you. I'm like, I'm ready to fight. Like, what do you mean? He said, you said you're too. How did he word that? He basically said you're too pretty.
I had somebody tell me I was out of their league, and I said,
I'm like,
that's disrespectful. Like, do you think I'm shallow?
He's like, I'm too insecure to date somebody that looks like you.
Yikes. What? I had a guy tell me I was out of his league. And to be truthfully honest, those two fine guys are the main ones with the lowest self-esteem. Like, they have everybody in their inbox, but they really don't want to talk to any of them.
Mm-hmm.
They really
You'd be surprised. And it's just like, when you approach somebody on like a different level than just, oh my God, you're so sexy.
I don't know about you, Jamar, but when the guy told me that I was out of his league, he decreased in value because I was just like, where's your confidence? Like, even if you do feel like I'm finer than you, nigga, pull up. Like, if I'm giving you the energy that you are giving me and we're reciprocating, like I'm feeling you type of energy, go for it. Obviously, I'm feeling something about you. I wouldn't give you the time.
But another thing about it is this, like when guys be trying to talk to me and stuff, I know you got a whole lot of niggas in your DMs and shit like that. And I'm like,
we're talking about the one you worry about those. I'm not gonna
I'm
not gonna be the fool to dispute that and be like, my shit is dry. It ain't. But I responded to you.
Right.
But my thing is like, if I like
you know, my DMs
if I like somebody, then
even
it doesn't matter if there's people in my DMs.
And that took time, y'all, because I had to be okay with being in that position myself. Like, yeah, I look the way I look. I have a great personality. I'm cute, but I could just be just a phone number to some dudes.
Oh, you ever been talking to somebody and you just think that y'all are just hitting it off, and you see and you just see their phone and your number ain't even saved?
Oh.
Or you're talking to a dude and everything is great, and then like one day he's just the opposite. I think after he finds out like this is not gonna go as fast as I wanted it to go, you just stop hearing from him completely.
Oh, I hate that.
It's not even a ghost, it's a straight up disappearance. Like,
it's like I had that happen to me so many times. Like, oh my God. Like we could be talking every day. Every day. We could be texting every day. He'll call me every night. It's
every night.
all good. But
And
then
we
on
would
the
talk on the
Thursday,
phone. When family would call, hold on, let me get off the phone with them and click back over to you type shit.
right. But then Friday, you don't get no good
And then
morning
once you start reaching
text.
out, dudes, please, okay, let me help you. There are other excuses other than family, sweetheart. You do realize that, right? Other things can be
You
going
can't
on in your
text me.
family.
But see, you can't text me.
Y'all just love to
But
go
see,
with the family, and it's just like, and I'm one of those like overthinking, combative motherfuckers because I'll be like, who don't got family issues? Who
I
don't?
know,
Who
right?
don't?
And then and not only that though, like when they don't call, like you, like on a Thursday, the last day they talk to you, they done called you, they text you, but on Friday morning you don't get that good morning text. So it's like, okay, something is weird. And you wind up texting them first, and then they don't even respond,
Or it's super
and
like
then
it's super like the next
yeah.
shit. Like, are you serious?
But I hope I'm not the only one that does this right here. But when they don't text me back, I'm like, hmm. So I pick up my phone, go to Instagram. They was just active 3 minutes ago.
And that's what my mom be thinking.
Um,
You got all this family shit going on, but you on Insta story, you on Instagram, some people are on Facebook, and I'm sure
you
you
just made a status on Facebook. You just made a status on Facebook. You just watched my
you still
snap
managing to
this
go to
morning.
work.
Right.
Still
Especially
managing to
if you
eat.
watched my shit and you looked at me and didn't respond to Scotty.
That
That,
pisses me
that
Let me
same
off.
tell you
Oh
how
my
motherfucker.
life was
God.
one time.
That same
A
motherfucker.
dude did me like that, and I said, okay, well, fuck this dude. I'm going to block him. You want to do me like that? I'm going to block you. So I blocked him on my phone. I have an iPhone and I have a MacBook. They're synced. I block him on this shit and I flip on my computer and it's a text message from him. And I'm like, how the fuck did you get through? If you don't block them
You know
on the phone
what?
or on the computer, they're
Apple,
not blocked.
Apple is shady. Apple is shady because you will delete somebody's number and start typing.
And
Did
it'll
you
say
mean
maybe.
maybe?
Maybe.
Right. That is so
Maybe I'm
annoying.
gonna get
Oh
a new
my
phone, bitch.
God.
Because if I deleted him, you deleted him too.
You can delete the number and come back. Maybe this is Sean.
Maybe.
Maybe this is Eric.
And it's horrible when you get him a nickname. Maybe Bay. Maybe the one. Like, maybe not, because I deleted him, Siri. God damn, you work for me, bitch.
Like I actually deleted. It's not like it got overwritten through a sync or something like that. Like I went into the contact, pressed edit, scrolled, delete.
Delete. And you still gonna remember him as maybe?
Like maybe. They kill me with that maybe shit. Oh my
Because
God.
they know you, they
Clearly,
know they still texting you. It's a possibility. It's maybe. You know, like they know what it is. They
clearly,
know
who else is it, bitch? Did they change their number? Who else is it?
Like
okay.
you said, Apple is shady. Apple is very shady.
Apple is
And
very
not only that, but then they'll do it all day. Like they'll be watching your snaps all day. They making statuses all day, but still ain't called to text you. And then
what
the
kills me is
next day
when they watch your
comes.
snaps and then they do snaps that are subliminally responding to the snaps that you made. So it's like I'm not gonna respond to your text, but I want you to know that I'm watching you. And because I know that you see me in your list of viewers, you're gonna view my shit. So I'm gonna put subliminal shit to let you know I don't really care. Even though you went through all of that
To respond.
to let me know you don't care. You wanted to get my attention to let me know you didn't care.
Jamar just went through something like that.
I'm going to leave that the fuck alone
I told
because
you he just went through something like that.
the nerve,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
nerve. So
First of all, you want to disappear on me. Then you want to get mad at me for being subliminal. Then I unfollow you. And then you got the gall to respond to what the fuck I said and unfollow me back. You don't
And
get to
then
do that.
then if I'm bold enough to say something, that's when you lie. That wasn't even about you. It's a direct response. It's a direct response. It could be some shit like, I'm single. He'll put some shit like, I'm single too, bitch. And then you that was not even about you. My post was 12 minutes ago and yours was 11.
Like,
makes sense.
That's legitimately what happened. He pulled some fuck shit. I unfollowed his ass. He gonna unfollow me back and then go put something in his story talking about some what did he say? Some shit about when you lose the real, you expose the fake or some shit. Like when you too real, you expose the fake or something. I'm like, motherfucker.
Like you disappeared on me for 7 whole days and then got mad. See, Jamar real shady. Jamar gonna make a post on Instagram and post a quote with 7 whole days playing in the background.
Okay.
When I say I died laughing when I saw that, oh my god, I died. I'm like, Jamar so fucking
don't.
I mean, no sure words.
I'm probably gonna take for the rest of my life. You could have left me the fuck alone. If you knew that you wasn't ready for what I told you I wanted, if you knew that you wasn't gonna bring to the table what you saw that I was giving you initially, let it go. Just let it go. But don't reel me along and have me thinking this shit is gonna work, and then you pull some fuck shit like that. Didn't expect me not to be petty.
But the thing about what was with mine was we had the situation already, and I had already dismissed you. You came back apologizing for the fuck shit. So I'm thinking maybe you've grown. But then literally 4 or 5 months later, you're pulling the same shit again.
I think something I was going through. I think it was just loneliness. I think all his little hoes had left. He had nobody. He thought, let me creep on back. Somebody did me the exact same way. And what's so crazy is like God works in mysterious ways because you be head over heels for them, but right when they come back to you, it's like, God, why don't I see it for them? Like I was head over heels for this man, but now I just don't see it for him. And that's probably why you end up falling for him, because he felt that you didn't see it for him. Went the extra mile to get you to fall for him, and then it became mundane to him again. Like it's like they don't even take it seriously. It's like a game to them. And then when you you're so evil. Like, am I?
That's why I'm like, I had to treat myself better. I said it might not feel good. I might feel like I'm hurting myself, but I'm like, look, I need to treat myself better. I don't deserve this shit.
Me too. The last dude that I was talking to drove me to want to be a savage, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I've never had a whole phase. I'm gonna have one now. My 30s is, and then I thought to myself, don't do that.
That's not even me.
That's not even me. The fact that I'm gonna be 30, I've never had a whole phase. That's not me.
I've never really had one.
I mean, you have a whole phase for what?
Exactly.
It doesn't really help because you're still in pain after you get through fucking everybody.
And I'm doing all of this to hurt somebody who I claim I don't even care about. And
they don't even care.
If I don't tell him this happened, we'll never know that it happened. So now I got all
they don't even care.
And for what?
They don't
even know that it happened. And I claim I don't care about him. So why am I, much like that dude, going out of my way to prove to you that I don't care about you?
Because you care.
Because I fucking care.
It's like, oh yeah, you definitely give a damn. So that was just so weird to me. That whole situation was just so weird to me. I couldn't make sense. I'm a very reasonable person. Very reasonable. I will try so hard to think from the other person's perspective. Maybe this, maybe that. But that shit right there.
And sometimes maybe you are guilty of this, maybe not. But sometimes for me, I'll go so far as to even make myself look dumb and foolish to try to understand what they're going through. They can be flat out being rude to me, mean, dismissive, and I'm just like, you're going through stuff. It's depression. You don't
understand. I've been through it before. I get
that you ain't even making for yourself.
It's just like, nah. Like,
you don't even care to give me an excuse, and I'm gonna create one for you. No.
Nah. And then don't get mad at me.
No.
When I decide not to entertain the shit. You
just wrote me. and was like, I hope your day is going good. This was about 2 days ago. The blue dot is still next to his name because nigga, fuck you. No, no, and no. And I'm not gonna delete the thread so Siri bitch ass can come back and say maybe. No, bitch.
Well, no, Siri only comes when you delete the actual contact.
But see, if I delete the thread, I'm done. So if I delete the thread, your contact is sure to follow.
Well, yeah. If I delete the thread, I'm just.
I delete the thread. I am done with black ass. I am done.
Delete the number and the thread, like.
Because then that way I can't call you if I wanted to.
Right. And I can't go back and reminisce. I can't go back and think.
Right, because you be looking through them text messages, reminiscing.
You will. When you bored, you will go back and read it like it's a fucking
novel. Trust me, I have done it, and I told I'm telling you just like this because Jamar was there throughout this whole little situation. I was in this whole fucked up, fucked the 2 days relationship. I was just in. It's like even after everything that happened, everything that I found out, everything that I knew, everything that I just discovered, and he still lied and said it never happened, and all of this other stuff, as hurt and as pissed as I would have a moment when I would be at home by myself and I'll be listening to some music and the song comes on and it reminds me of him. Like I know sometimes I still, sometimes when you listen to a certain song that you played a lot when you was with a person, it'll remind you of that situation.
Yeah.
Like if right now, if I hear John B and Babyface "Someone to Love," I get pissed the fuck off because it takes me back to that time. Or if I hear Monica "Angel of Mine," that's one of my favorite songs. I can't stand to hear it right now because it takes me back.
No, you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm like that too, and I'm worse. I associate songs, smells, and objects, like places and things with people. Like, so the guy I used to talk to that I was just talking about drives transit buses. So every time I saw a bus, I would think of him. And like I said, I associate smells and experiences and sounds as far as songs. Take your damn power back. Fuck him. If that's your song, that's your motherfucking song.
Make new memories.
Because I'm not gonna lie, when I first talked to this guy, there's a song that's in the Queen and Slim soundtrack called Collide. Such a beautiful song. I heard it for the first time when I went to LA. And I let him listen to it. He got me onto Jill Scott heavy. I got him onto that song real heavy. And we would always listen to it. So when it came up in my iPod for the first couple of weeks, I was like, no, fuck him. And then I thought about it one day. That's my motherfucking song. Before I even,
it's like I'm being, it's like you're being consumed. You're being consumed with it now because you can't even listen to your song.
I'm going to wipe away any memory of you associated with this song. I'm going to enjoy the song the way I did before I met you.
Right, and it doesn't. And then now at this point, because I deleted the text thread, because after a while, I'll go back and read the messages and see how foolish I was, and then I'm like,
then you feel embarrassed. Like, I was talking like this. Oh my God, why did I say this? Why did I do this?
Or it's even worse. Like now, because I was with this guy all last summer, so a lot of Facebook memories are popping up now. A lot of Snap memories are popping up right now. It's just, oh my God! Because just the other day, it was the 4th of July. I was with him on the 4th of July last year. He went to my cousin's house for a cookout. It's us in the car holding hands and shit. I'm like, let me delete this. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's like
you always take that initial moment to sit there and look at it. And
some days I don't even have the strength to go to my memories because I'm like, I don't have the time to relive this shit. No. Some days if it's not a significant day to me, like the day my brother's passed, or something that's significant to me, I won't even review my memories because it's just like half of me don't even want to know where I was then, like because I know I wasn't where I am now. So I don't even want to review that person, like, because I was there, I was him, and it was not fun. So,
Right, it's just, because like I told you before, because like I said, Jamar was there throughout the whole thing. We broke up in November, so it's like I'm kind of like at the end of the grieving process, I guess. When you're grieving over a relationship, it has its cycles, I guess. Like when you first break up, you're miserable, you're in despair, you're sad, you're crying every day, you listen to a
And
bunch
you
of
get
sad
angry.
songs,
Then you get
then
angry.
you get angry.
I'm talking angry. I wanted to go to this nigga house and flatten 3 of his 4 tires because he told me that if I flatten 3 of 4, then the insurance won't cover it. I wanted to put salt, sugar, and flour in his gas tank. And I wanted to carve a special message on the side of his white Honda. I wanted you to know it
You
was
want to do a lot of stuff.
me. I'm not afraid of you. I wanted you to know it was me. But then that was the anger. Now it's just like, then I went from anger to empathy. I was like, baby, for you to pass this up, you got to be going through some real life issues.
But
And
see, for me, it went from being sad
Mhm.
to angry to now I feel like I miss him again. You know, I went from being angry
Well, you
to
don't get
For
to
me,
get
I
two
feel
good
like I
times.
miss.
You got to
I'm
remember,
out.
I waited.
Like, you're out of state. I'm now officially over you. And the fact that today you decided that no, it was 2 days ago. The fact that this week you want to text me, I hope today was good for you. I hope you had a
No,
good
I'm
day.
not sleep.
Out
I'm
of
not sleeping
nowhere.
right now.
No, hey, how you doing? I hope you had a good day.
I'm about to get my show in a minute.
I keep,
Are you about to go to sleep?
but luckily for me, I feel nothing. Like it's not a sense of like I miss you, this, that, and the third. No, no, no.
Nah, I ain't even gonna lie. I did hear my exes.
Somebody said stick a fun size Snickers in it. Thank you for telling me that. Thank you so much. Let me write that down in my notes.
What happened?
You know how I said I want to put flour and sugar and salt in somebody's gas tank? She said no, put a fun size Snicker in that bad boy.
Oh God.
Why y'all talking from way too much experience?
And for me,
I know. But you know what?
Party City and by the bag.
Okay.
I'm putting them all in.
Because I just got a certain type of phone call, so we have to end this now because I have to call
Or
back.
Yes, yes. I gotta go watch y'all. I still gotta do that review for people.
So before we go, I just want to say thank everybody for watching. Thank everybody in the chat. Thank you, Cats Me Out, for coming along.
Thank you for having me.
Like we said before, me and Jamar are thinking about doing the Prelude After Dark. You know, people like the Cats Meow will be a part of this. You know, it's not just going to be about sex stories and shit like that. It's also going to be about what we just talked about, relationship talk and all types of stuff like that. So we don't know when we're going to do that, but that's just something that we came up with. Jamar, should we announce the OG panel we're doing next Thursday right now on who will be on the panel, since I'm going to start promoting it tomorrow?
so all 4 are confirmed, correct?
Yes.
Well, actually, no. You do the
You
ones that you invited and reached out to, and I'll do the ones that I reached out and invited to.
okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So first off, well, one, he's already been on the Prelude already. So we getting Kevin from the Scorpion Show, who is like an OG from like 2008.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And I reached out to another good sis of mine, Miss Candy from Sweet Addictions TV. Love me some her from since like what, 2009, I think, or no, 2010.
2009.
2010 for me.
No, 2009. Oh, 2009 for me.
Mm-hmm. Those are like 2 of the big OGs of YouTube back when it was not even like a popular platform to upload on, but it was just there. Right. So those are the 2 that I reached out to, and they said they down.
Okay, on my end, one of them was just on the Prelude, I think 2 weeks ago. Ashley Miller will be returning to chat with us on the OG panel. And the other person is Bounty Blue. She will also be on the OG panel.
I love Bounty Blue. And it's crazy how I've never met Ashley, but I knew of her years before I even started YouTubing. Why? Because she was my plug. And what I mean by that is there was some show. Maybe it was R&B Divas or something. Before I had cable, that was a show that I loved to watch that I didn't have access to. It was Ashley Miller's Daily Motion channel. It gave me. She would post the entire episodes, and that's how I would watch episodes. So Ashley Shaw Miller, I had been seeing. So when she had popped up
Yeah.
on y'all, I was like, oh my God. Like I put a face with a name because I didn't even know who she was.
Right. So we got Kevin, we got Candy, we got Bounty Blue, and we have Ashley. Now, should we name the two people that we that wasn't able to do it this time? Because we did have two other people.
No,
Don't name them.
I think y'all
Yeah.
should wait because there will be a time where y'all will get those people.
Yeah.
Okay, we won't name them then. We won't. Because they were also good choices, but they can't be
Exactly.
But
named
I'll
But
now.
say
They were
this.
very good.
Everybody that's coming and everybody that would have came but couldn't in this week's episode were all members of the Blackout.
Yes, they were. Yes, they
Ronnie
were.
was too?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Really? Okay. I stumbled upon her
Yes.
when I started to review Marriage Boot Camp and 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. And I ran across her shit and I was just like, this girl is. I laughed so hard and I related to everything she was talking about. I just like her energy. I love her
Yeah,
energy.
she has great energy. So it's those four coming on with me and Jamar. We'll be having a great discussion. I'm gonna start promoting it tomorrow. We really gonna promote. That's a big ass show for us to be
Yes.
like, because you know we got to make sure that it's seen. Okay, we got to make sure that one is seen. So yeah, so Bounty, Ashley, and Kevin and Candy. Ashley will be coming in a little bit later in the show because she has to work that night. So she's gonna come in a little bit later. She won't be on at the beginning, but she'll be coming on a little bit later on into the broadcast. But those four will most definitely be on, and I cannot wait. It's very exciting. Bounty thought we had to film today. She DM'd me yesterday. She thought we had to film today. I
Come on,
said, no, ma'am, you too
professional.
early.
Come on, professional.
I
It's like, nah.
said, no, ma'am. Not yet. It's gonna be next week. But I'm really excited about
I'm
Candy
excited
and Bounty
too.
though.
I definitely, y'all know I'm gonna be tuned
I'm
in. I watch
really
all y'all shows. I definitely will be tuned in.
yes indeed. So thank you. Like I said, thank you to everybody. Me and Jamar really appreciate all the love y'all been giving us. Like we said, our Prelude platform is growing slowly but surely. And it's just what it's like. The more we grow it, the more we feel like people will tune into the podcast when it actually does come on platforms and stuff like that. So I think we're doing a good thing by doing web streams first and then going to all of that. So
I,
yeah. What you gonna say, Jamar?
I
You
was
got
gonna
any
say,
last words before you have any last words?
no, actually, you know what? I do, because this is a strange thing happened early, about a couple days ago. So apparently, I went viral on TikTok. That shit is,
Oh,
that shit is like over 600,000 views.
Yay!
But this is the weird part. Somebody had to DM me and tell me that some random account took the video, posted it. The video got about 40,000 views, and I ain't been tagged not damn where in that bitch.
It
are you
happened.
for real?
Somebody remember Scotty? I was showing y'all footage that somebody was literally stealing my whole entire YouTube videos and putting them on their own channel.
Oh, somebody did that to me too.
They made a
Somebody
whole
did that to me
channel
too.
and was like taking all of my videos and posting them on there. And I'm like,
I had to have my subscribers
and
report it, honestly.
yeah, I had
So
my people
yeah.
record it too.
That's
Right.
just
Oh yeah, and another thing I want to say, because I need some more mods. Good God, I need some more mods. If you want to be a mod, feel free to email me or DM me on Instagram if you want to be a mod. Because we do need some more. I do need some more mods. Thank good God, after the shit that happened the other night, I need mods
No
because I don't
problem.
have time. I should just have the Catch Me I be one. Jamar is a damn mod, but he don't do his job.
If you gonna make me a mod, you gotta
Man,
let
I'm
me
trying to
get
entertain
kicked
the
out.
children.
I
I
will
can't.
kick
You want me
anybody.
looking down the whole time? Oh.
You gotta let me know the rules.
But
When people start getting disrespectful, I'm gonna start kicking their ass out. So you gonna make
that
it.
would be great. That would be so
I
much fun.
mean,
That would be
I
great.
think we trust your discernment.
We do. This live actually, the peak of this live was 61 viewers. You know, people make jokes about us not having many, like 100 and 200. I don't give a damn about that. If I hit 50 views, I don't give a damn. That's good
And
with
that's
me because I'm
initial.
not.
Everybody isn't available at this time, so people are going to go back and watch the replay. So I
Yeah, and the replays are really what matters to me. Like you get more views with the replays anyway. So
exactly.
because
That's when you
the
get
replays,
The
that's
two
when you
hours.
can research your ads and stuff like that and actually get
right.
money.
And then the replays of the replay of the interview we did with KL, that's actually over 1,000 views now, almost at two, I think, if I'm not
See?
mistaken. And then the one that me and Jamar did with Ashley, that's almost at 3,000 views. And the one that we did with Kevin and Messy Miles and Terrence, that's over 3,000 views.
See?
It is what it is. But again, let me go. So I'm calling this person back. So thank
There you go, back to the
everybody
valley.
for watching, and I'll talk to if we'll talk to you guys later. I enjoyed this, y'all. Bye, everybody. Let me see. Okay. Oh, it ain't off yet. Oh.